Kuma! Kuma! I'm here. I'm just finishing to send my notification and stuff, but I'm here. Just wait for me. I am live. I am live, Kuma. Just let me finish something real quick. It's all about finishing with me. I'm always finishing, you know. Always. Just checking that my links work. But I think everything is going alright. Just a bit hidden, I see. Yes, you can only see my ahoge, right? By the way, hello Giranoxa. Hello. Hope you're doing fine. I am doing quite fine today. I am doing great, actually, you know. Just finishing setting up some stuff, you know. You can just see my tiny ahoge. I mean, I say tiny, but it's quite a big ahoge, you know. Quite a big ahoge. So it's the right one. I can close that. I can close that. It's the right one too. Okay, perfect. Perfect, Kuma. Nice. Just let me place this in here. I'm fine, just chilling. Alright, that's perfect, you know. It's Sunday, and Sunday is typically a chilling day, by the way. Wah! I'm here. I'm too small. I am too small. Let me try to get up right now. People tell me that I may be too small, but I'm not, you know. I mean, I may be small, but not in all the areas, right? I have a big ahoge, I have a big hat, and I have a big, you know, assets, you know. But yes, I'm here. Hope you're doing alright. Alright, by the way, Girakun, because I know you're a big Souls enthusiast. Have you been playing the new Elden Ring game? I guess you've been playing it, right? Because I know it released like 2 days ago, I think, maybe? Or maybe 3 days ago? I don't know, but I know it's released. I've heard that for some reason, the reception of the game is a bit mixed, you know, because it seems that Night Rain is a multiplayer game, I guess, or that it's a game that is balanced for co-op. And from what I heard, again, like, don't quote me on this, because the Souls games, like, I'm still far away from being an expert, you know. The only one I played is Demon Souls remake, and I haven't beaten it, you know. Like, I should actually get back to it. but I've heard some people were a bit disappointing. It's very fast but fun. I enjoy it. Naruhodo. It's focused on a 3-player team. I see, because apparently, from what I heard, there are some people. By the way, I think I will just drop it a little, my music. But there are some people that have been playing, trying to play the game alone, I guess. It's not balanced for that, you know. It seems to be balanced for multiplayer, you know. Like you said, 3-player team. I don't know about it. What I always heard about the Souls games and the Souls fan, like the Souls community, most of them are single player, you know. They like to play single player, you know. So they don't necessarily do PvP. I think the biggest part of the fan base, from what I've seen, they just play the Souls games like as a single player game. They try to beat it because those games are hard and challenging. And then when they've beaten it, they go to the next one, you know. Like, for example, they start with Demon Souls, and then they do Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. In between, they can do Bloodborne, if they have a PS4. And then they can do the other, like Sekiro, like even the Souls-like and stuff, you know. But from what I've seen, the biggest part of the community, they're like single players, you know. They play single-player game. Then there is a part that are into PvP, I guess, because you can do PvP in some Souls games, from what I've seen. And then there are the co-op games, you know, multiplayer games. Like, isn't the Switch game going to be a multiplayer game too, from what I heard? The Nintendo Switch 2 game. Yes, currently it's really difficult for one player. FromSoft want a patch that's better for one player experience. Naruhodone, I see. I see, Kuma. I see. Yes, I mean, maybe I will play it someday, but if I ever start playing Souls games, I would start from the beginning, at least on PC. I guess on PC I would start with Dark Souls 1, you know, because Demon Souls isn't on PC, you know. But yes, I see what you mean. Also, where's my water? My water. I got my water for me. Because today it's going to be a bit of a yapping stream. I could play a quick game on the side, you know, like a chilling game. But yes, this week, it's pretty good. I've been streaming all week, which is crazy to think about. I think I only did it once before, you know, when I was streaming as Eureka V1, you know, the Kuma bear. There was one time where I streamed an entire week, and here I did it again. And funnily enough, I don't feel tired, I don't feel overworked or stuff. If anything, and that's really funny when I think about it, the day where I was the most tired this week was the first one. Because I didn't sleep well back then. Dark Souls 1 is a solid start. It's my favorite Dark Souls 2. Yes, I heard a lot of people consider Dark Souls 1 as the best, you know. The best one of the series. That's what I heard, you know. Like, there are people that like Dark Souls 1, then you have the Demon Souls enthusiasts, you know. Like, a lot of people like Demon Souls a lot too. I've heard some people really liking Sekiro too, you know. And obviously Bloodborne. Bloodborne is also a fan favorite, but the problem with Bloodborne is it's only on the PS4. I don't even think they ported it on PS5, right? It's a PS4 game. Crazy to think about. Oh damn. I started to drink, but I did it too fast, so I okay, a bit of it like just splurted onto the ground. You know, nothing too bad, but nothing too bad, Kuma. All right, just let me see something. First, today the theme of today's stream is going to be the Summer Game Fest, because as you may be aware, every year there is a conference, I think I could call it a conference, right? That is called yes, a video game event, I guess I could call it like that. That is called the Summer Game Fest. And it's pretty much what replaced the E3. Because if you remember before, like now it's been a few years ago that the E3 died, but before we used to have the E3, which was the big summer conference with where a ton of games were getting revealed and stuff. But then it died eventually. It died because they did a lot of bad choices, a lot of bad decisions, and it got replaced by the Summer Game Fest that is hosted by the famous or infamous, because I know a lot of people don't really like him, Geoff Keighley, you know. So we're going to talk about this today, but before I wanted to show, let me show the fan service of the day, because it's a habit that I want to keep going on with that, you know, with these habits. It's just that I haven't gotten the picture yet, but I could show you something real quick, you know. I could show you a bit of fan service, because Eureka stream is all about fan service, you know. Let me see what I can show you guys. There is also a thing I'd like to know in the future, but I'd like to talk about it like when I get a bit more people on the chat and stuff. But I'd like to start doing some kind of a weekly anime stream, either weekly or monthly. I don't know how I would do it yet, but I would do some kind of poll, actually, where I would put a list of anime, and people would be able to choose on this list, you know, an anime that they would like to watch or anything, and they would watch it, and then I would do a special stream where we're pretty much talking about this anime, you know. So some kind of, yes, anime talk, where I could talk about the specific anime with spoilers too, because I would assume that most people have watched it. I've watched it, sorry. It's just like I have to think how to do it. Oh, this one could be good as a fan service. I have this one. I have... that one could be nice too, I guess. That one could be nice. But I think I'm going to show you... Let me see, it's loading. Because as always, my browser is slow as hell when I'm streaming. I love this music, Melty. Really, I should play Melty. Like maybe next week I could do a short Melty stream, you know. This one is actually nice, so let me save it. Let me save it, Kuma, and let me show you. Alright, let me show you. Not this one. Not this one. This was my controller. Sorry, what busy with my food. Got now rice and fish ready. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I love rice and I love fish too. I mean, I'm a bear after all. I love fish. So what I was talking about actually is like, I have an idea actually that I want to implement in my stream, and it would be some kind of, I don't know if it's going to be weekly or monthly, but anime stream, you know. And it would be a stream where I talk about a specific anime I've watched, but also other people watched, you know, my viewers. And what I wanted to do is, like, for example, I could do a poll with a list of anime where I tell you, okay, this month, this is the list of anime you could watch. Pick one on the poll, like the one you'd like to watch, and then the anime that wins the poll would be the anime of the week. Or maybe the anime of the month, because maybe a week could be a bit too short for people to watch it, but the month. And then people would watch it, like people interested into this type of anime streams, they would watch it, the anime that won the poll, and then there would be a special Eureka stream where I would talk a bit about the anime in question, like about the story, about the production, and since people would have watched it for the most part, I guess I could talk about the spoilers too, you know. It's just like I have to think about how I would implement it, you know. And ideally, for sure, I would need to, this is a picture, I would need to get maybe a bit more people on my stream, obviously. So I could make it a thing more bigger, I guess. This is a fan service of the day. Let me just resize it a bit. I should really find if there is an option on OBS to just like resize it immediately. This is a fan service. This is Misty, by the way, and this is Pikachu, but she's Misty from the Dengeki Pikachu manga. Yes, Misty or Kasumi in Japanese. If you want a Japanese name, Kuma, Kazumi, Misty from Pokemon, the Pokemon anime, you know. In French, she would be called Ondine. They called it Ondine in French, which is a pretty uncommon name, by the way. But yes, Misty in English and Kasumi. And then you get Pikachu. And the manga is called, as you can see, Dengeki Pikachu. Let me see if I can show you real quick. Because I'm showing fan service, but I'm also showing you a bit of lore, where it's coming from. I think it's this one, right? I think it's this one. Let me show you right here, real quick. Real quick, Kuma. Like this, right here. I just have to put myself a little bit tiny. This is the name of the manga, by the way. So let me just, where's my browser again? Here. Let's put it on full screen. I think you can see it well, right? Because I never know with the preview in OBS. Let me see on my screen. Yes, it looks quite well. So the manga is called The Electric Tale of Pikachu, or Dengeki Pikachu, like Pocket Monsters Dengeki Pikachu, this one. This is the manga, you know. As you can see, it has a specific art style, like a more cutish art style, even moe art style, we could say. And this manga is quite interesting because it's one of the first manga that was released for Pokemon, you know. I think it was released, let me see if they put the date. Was it still the 90s? Was it still the 90s? I don't even know. Why don't... Yes, 1999. But what was the release date? Exactly. The release date. I can't see the release date. What if I put it... Maybe wiki. I want the release date, Kuma. Okay, it got a wiki page, so I guess we will get the 1997. You can see it here. Exactly. It released between 1997 and 1999. Oh, my hair, by the way. I forgot to... Let me do something real quick. Let me do something real quick, Kuma. Real quick. Nice. I'm back. Because I forgot to disable this right now. Okay, so this is the manga I was talking about, and it's one of the early Pokemon manga, actually, that released for the series. And I think, from what I remember, it had fan service, which is pretty uncommon for Pokemon, but Pokemon at the beginning, like back in the 90s, it was starting to get really big, but the Pokemon company didn't know yet that it was going to become so big, like such a big phenomenon with kids and stuff. So you could still find mangas, Pokemon mangas, with fan service. This one, I think it was this one who had some fan service scenes. So for example, you could see Misty right here, and you could get like a bit of fan service in the manga, which in the later adaptation of Pokemon, whether it is the anime or the manga, you don't get fan service like that. Nya nya nya, she looks good, she does. Oh, I'm so small now. I'm so small. Why am I so small? I'm not small. Don't tell me I'm small. Hello, by the way, Borisu. Hello, hello. Oh, you're on the other platform. Naruhodo ne. I was wondering why your nickname. Let me see if it shows here. Yes, it shows here. Your nickname was in blue because I think on Twitch your nickname is red, but it's because you're on the other platform. Naruhodo ne. Hope you're doing fine, by the way. Hope you're doing fine. So yes, I was talking about Dengeki Pikachu, you know. It's a manga. By the way, I should read it again, you know. I read it a long time ago, but there are some fan service scenes in this manga, some lewdish scene, you know. Like, don't expect something really lewd or outrageous, but it has the typical fan service you could find in manga back then, I guess, you know. Naruhodo ne. Naruhodo ne. I don't know if there's something else I can say about it. Like the covers, actually I like the covers, you know. When you look at this, I like the covers. I think the style is actually quite cute. Look at Pikachu, actually. Look at Pikachu, it's really a cute-ish version of Pikachu. And then you look at the characters, like Red. I don't know if it was Red or Satoshi in this version. Like, I don't know if it's Red or Satoshi, you know. Misty, so Kazumi, and Brock, Takeshi, pretty much. I guess I could see it here. Like, don't they talk about, like, even here, controversy and censorship. I guess I could read that. The characters. The characters. Okay, it's... The characters are the same in Pokemon the series, the beginning. What is that? Oh, that's the anime, the OG series. So it is an adaptation. It is an adaptation of the first anime. Although characters differ between versions in significant ways, Ash does a significant amount of traveling on his own, although Misty and Brock appear frequently as traveling companions. So it's really an adaptation of the anime, Kuma, you know. This is what I wanted to say, but let me see the controversies again. Just let me... Right here. Oh, I got a message on my... Should I check it? I mean, I could check it later, because I put my phone on charge right now. Let's read it. So this manga is perhaps the most... I wasn't lying, you know? Like, look at this. I wasn't lying. The manga is perhaps the most controversial Pokemon manga ever published, due almost entirely to the fact that the original Japanese version of the manga series had a lot of sexual content. Sexual content, Kuma. Twitch ads add 1 of 8, 15 seconds each. What? No. Really? Burisu, you're not even on Twitch right now, right? Are you serious? 8? 8? Are you serious? Burisu, tell me, Burisu. Like, what's it? 8? Really? Really? 8? I mean, okay, I'm going to tell you something. So just, I'm going to go back again, like ADHD moment. I'm jumping from one topic to the others. I'm going to keep talking a bit about Dengeki Pikachu right now. But just before, since we were talking about ads, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I can say that. I hope I can, but yes, I think I can. But pretty much, I've been using, and it's been this way since forever, but I've been using AdBlock and uBlock, you know, on the internet for ages. Because you know how at first the internet was really free, you could get on any website and stuff, and you didn't have to find ads. When they started to implement a ton of ads everywhere, every website and stuff, it started to get really invasive. So what I did is pretty much when they released AdBlock and then uBlock, I started to using it. sometimes I disable it. For example, when I want to support a specific YouTube channel or a specific creator, I disable it, you know. But in all the other instances, I keep it. Yes, I keep it. So my experience with Twitch, for example, let's say if I go to a random channel, so a channel that I'm not subscribed to, a channel that I'm not even following, but I'm clicking on the channel because I'm curious about it, and they are the pre-roll ads. Since I have the thing, you know, that I just talked about, because I will avoid to talk too much about it to not piss off, you know, Twitch Sama. What I have when I start a stream, I still have the pre-roll, you know, the pre-roll ads, but with no ads. I just see a blue, not a blue, a purple screen on the stream that says commercial break in progress. And usually it lasts 30 seconds. It lasts 30 seconds. So I always thought that pre-roll ads were 30 seconds. But now, Boris, you're telling me 8 ads. Is it serious, or are you making a joke? Tell me, I have to know. Because the problem is, even if I watch my VODs, because I do watch my VODs from time to time, I mean, I skim it, you know, some of my VODs, I can see the ads that appeared, obviously, you know, because the ads are only live. And I'm fairly sure that even now, if I click on my stream, why, I mean, I can check it out. I can check it out, Kuma, right now. If I go on my stream, so right here, if I go on my stream, oh, it's right that I have the extension. Like, should I show you that? Oh my god. I have a lot of stuff going on with my browser. But anyway, if I go on the main website, as I said, it's loading, by the way. Like, I'm going to watch my own stream. Crazy thing, by the way. Should I mute it? Maybe I should mute it. Maybe I should mute it. So, okay, it's loading. Oh, and there's... Does it work? Write something. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'm going to try it right now. Please load. Why is it so slow? Oh my god. Is it because I'm live? Oh my god. Oh, because it would show you... It will show you a ton of stuff. Look at my mouse. Okay, anyway. Can someone write something on the chat right now? So visibility, I think it's on. Oh my god, it's so slow. I wonder if it's because I'm going specifically to my own stream on Twitch. Can you write someone on the Twitch chat right now, please? Like, for example, you, Girakun. Like, if you could just, like, write anything. Anything. Because I want to test something, like my plugin, actually. Because people never told me if my plugin was working or not. Like, I don't even know if it would work with my own messages. Oh my god, look at how it looks. Inception. Inception Eureka. I guess I could try myself, but... Test. Will it show my own messages? So I'm waiting. Normally, if it appears on my chat up top, because there is a bit of delay, obviously. There is a bit of delay. Oh, damn, there is a lot of delay, actually, right? Or maybe it's because... Yes, there is a lot of delay. I think it's also because the stream took some time to load when I went onto it. Okay, my message is here. Now, where is it? Where is the Nico Nico plugin? It doesn't work. Oh my god, it doesn't work. It drives me crazy. Why doesn't it work? Why? So it really doesn't work. Okay. I tried it at least, So this plugin here, the Nico Nico plugin, is not working. I have to, I guess, to reinstall it, or I don't know. Weird. That is weird. I don't know why though, because I checked the settings of the extension, and there are no settings, Like the Nico Nico plugin, how should it work is that every time you write something on the chat, you should see your message go like from right to left on my stream, That's how it should work. But apparently it's not working. What's wrong with that? Drinking Kuma. Well, anyway, let's go back to Dengeki Pikachu, because I wanted to finish this topic, since, again, we were talking about Misty from Dengeki Pikachu, So the controversy. This manga is perhaps the most controversial Pokemon manga ever published, due almost entirely to the fact that the original Japanese version of the manga series had a lot of sexual content. Pokemon and sexual content. That's, at least in official media, doesn't really happen, Including women such as Misty, Jessie, and the Sensational Sisters given oversized busts. Oh, they didn't like it. But big boobies are nice, right? What's wrong with that? Often accompanied with skimpy clothing or swimwear. In order to make the series marketable to younger English-speaking readers, because obviously Pokemon was quite popular with the kids, like since the beginning, much of it was censored during these media translations, and all of the sexual content was taken out. Boo! Boo! I hate censoring. I hate censorship. I hate it. Boo! I hate it, I hate it so much, I was still in elementary school. I was reading Negima. Do you know about Negima? From Ken Akamatsu, also of Love Hina's fame. Negima is ecchi, like purely ecchi, so way more than anything you could find in the Dengeki Pikachu manga. I was in elementary school, I still had a normal childhood, Like normal childhood, normal scholarity. It didn't make me someone completely fucked up, I guess. Pretty much. Leading out to a cleaner version of the manga for international readers. The Japanese volumes of the manga were also slightly censored from the original versions published in Korokoro. Boo! Boo! Even the Japanese censored it. Boo! Oh, there is a robot again. Boo! The robot! Let me ban you. But again, you can't see it. It's really... I almost wish you could see the bot messages, because now, since Automod is really good at his job, I only see them on my chat, but it's held, The messages are being held hostages. So they're being posted on my chat, but you can't see them, because Automod blocked them, Anyway, here, according to Toshihiro Ono, these edits were done by himself. Boo! Boo! The mangaka did it! Why? One scene in particular that was heavily edited was when Ash battles Misty for the Cascade badge in Play Misty for Me. In the original, Misty wears a very revealing swimsuit, which is completely redrawn as a wetsuit in the English version. What's a wetsuit again? What's a wetsuit again? What is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. That is a wetsuit. You don't see anything. So he colored over it, Oh my god. Why? Why, Kuma? Why? There was one scene that was removed altogether from the English version. It is the original ending to evolve or not evolve. That is the question. Is that the episode with Pikachu? Oh, look at this. That's a great. Look at this. Look at this. This is official, you know. This is official Pokemon media. Look at Misty. Look at this. This is the fan service of the day. Like you know, I was showing you this, which is pretty much an artist drawing, but look at the official one. Look at this. She was a peak waifu, you know. If this manga like this was released in Europe, for example, in Belgium, that would be like Misty was already my crush, you know. Like back then, if I have to talk to you about my first anime crushes, it would be like I have three characters in mind. Misty from Pokemon, Sakura Kinomoto from Cardcaptor Sakura, she was also my crush, and Bulma from Dragon Ball. I used to love Bulma, especially Bulma from when she was late teenager, early adult. I love her design, you know, like Bulma. So Misty, Sakura, Kinomoto, and Bulma. If I had this manga here, that would have been insane. I want to save this picture. I should try to find the manga again. I want to read it again, you know. I want to read it again, but that is insane when you think about it, you know. And really interesting though. Really interesting. Also, do I have a message here? Okay, nothing. Anyway, let's go back here. Let's go back here. This scene was set in a hot spring, onsen. The classic Kuma, an onsen. And it pictured a naked Misty with Pikachu relaxing and washing herself, making a comment about how her chest should evolve to. Typical fan service stuff, you know, like typical fan service gimmick, the onsen scene when you can see a bit of the naked body of the character, and then she's talking about her chest, you know. Typical otaku stuff, you know. We love this. We love to see it, Kuma. All of a sudden, Ash, Mikey, and Brock. Who's Mikey again? Oh, that's one of the side characters of the first anime? Taichi in English, Mikey. Oh, I think I remember. Oh, I used to love how they used to draw Eevee, you know. Eevee looked more like an animal back then. I don't know if you've seen some of the most modern drawings of Eevee, but they made it more cutish, I get. Cutish, you know, more cute. But I actually liked more this version of Eevee, you know. That looked more like a dog, I guess. Even though I know Eevee isn't a dog, but I think to me this is a great design for Eevee, by the way. Anyway, Ash, Mikey, and Brock are seen sitting in another hot spring, and they see Misty washing herself. The classic. Misty, noticing their presence, is extremely embarrassed and feels very violated, and she runs away in anger. Oh damn. This scene was likely deleted due to the excessive nudity and the adult nature of the scene. The scene, however, is not removed from Chuang Yi's version. Okay, so let's see some of the scenes here. Oh, look at this! That is spicy. That is spicy. Is she like spurting water with her boobs? Okay, Brock, and that is Eureka, I think. That is Eureka, I think. I arrive right on time. I mean, I'm sure you're doing it on purpose, guys. Like, whether it is you, Prince Anime, or anyone else, every time I start talking about ecchi stuff, lewd stuff, perverted stuff, people are like, oh, hello, Eureka. How are you doing? How are you doing, Eureka? I arrived right at the right moment, the perfect moment, like a coincidence. Pure coincidence, Kuma, of course. Oh, they removed it here. I think this is the censored version. Damn, I hate that they censored it. I hate that they censored it in some versions. And then Kuma here. Let me just remove the chat real quick. This is... Who is this? Is that Eureka too? But look at her boobs. Oh my god. This is official Pokemon media, by the way. What I'm showing you right now, like I'm repeating it, guys, it is not a doujin. It is not an amateur work. It is not an unlicensed manga. It is an official manga. Dengeki Pikachu was an official manga of Pokemon, official media, that was released in the late 90s, you know. Look at her boobs. Oh my god. Something crazy going around here. Backwards. Next one. Let's see the screenshots. I mean the scans. Some of the scans from Bulbapedia. Because pretty much why am I talking about Dengeki Pikachu today is because I showed the fan service of the day, which was this drawing of Misty or Kasumi from the Japanese name, and Pikachu from Dengeki Pikachu, which is pretty much an official manga that was released between 97 and 99. As you can see it here, 97 and 99. Yes, this is, to my knowledge, the only official Pokemon manga where you get pure, unfiltered fan service. But obviously they censored it in the West, which sucks, by the way. Also, I forgot to refresh this, I guess. Like this. Let me do it here. So next one. Page 1 of the scene that was removed by American censors. So this page here, this page right here was removed, you know. So it's Misty, like relaxing on a hot spring or onsen, like Kasumi. You can see here the kanas, by the way, you know, Kasumi, her Japanese name. And look at here with her boobies. And in this scene, she's saying pretty much, like in summary, that, oh damn, I wish that my boobs would evolve, you know. Which is, again, typical otaku stuff, you know, like the onsen scene, where you can see one of the female character, like one of the popular ones, being naked, relaxing on the onsen, and then she does something with her boobs. Classic, you know. And then we have, next one, page 2 of the scene that was removed by American censor. This one. So actually, Brock, so Takeshi, Ash, Satoshi, because I know the Japanese name too. And this guy is Mikey, Taichi in the anime, with his Eevee, by the way. They happen to be next, because you know, usually in onsen, you have, usually it's not mixed, you know. I guess there could be mixed onsen, but I think not these days, you know. But usually you have a part for females and a part for males. And there is a big wall, you know, in between. That's usually what you see in anime. So here, I don't know how they happened to be here, because it seems like it was a mixed onsen, but they happened to see Misty, naked. Look at her butt. Look at this shape. It is insane. She has, like, big breasts, big butts, and she's cute, you know. But here she's like, oh my god, what are you doing here? And then she's leaving, you know. You can see her naked here. This page was censored too. Boo! Boo! I don't like America. Why? Why are you censoring it? And then, let me show you the last one, because it's on the official wiki page. English translation by Chuang Yi. Oh yes, they said that the Chuang Yi's version wasn't censored for this one. Oh, they flipped the page, right? Yes, they flipped the page, because back then, like you may remember that the early mangas, a lot of them, they were flipping the page, because you know how a manga, I mean, you all know that, like you're weebs. A manga, you read it from right to left, starting with what would be the back cover in a Western typical book. The first mangas, when they released them in the West, they flipped it, And I used to hate that, because I have some older mangas, French mangas, I mean French translated mangas, that I got from my mother and one of her friends, and they're flipped. So you read them in the Western way, so from left to right. But I am so used to right to left now that it's always confusing me, Anyway, in this version it wasn't censored, so Gong, Misty. Spa of Evolution. Spa contains ingredients from the evolution stone, effective in curing stuff, neck and back pain, though rarely may also help human being to evolve. Really? So you could evolve. Fun. It's indeed fun stuff, Borisu. Indeed quite fun. I see. Will it also help my bosom to evolve? So getting bigger boobs. It's really funny because Misty, in this manga, she's not really a petanco, a petanco is pretty much, to give you a bit of explanation of some otaku lingo, a petanco is a female character that has a small chest or is flat-chested, and she's self-conscious about that. An example would be Lina from Slayers. I don't know if I can give you other examples like that, but a counter example would be Konata from Lucky Star. There is this famous scene in Lucky Star where Konata pretty much says, she's slapping her flat chest, and she says, flat chest is justice, She says that, flat chest is justice. Konata, despite having a flat chest, is not a petanco, because she's not complaining or self-conscious about it. If anything, she prides herself, about that. Usually a petanco are characters, like flat-chested, that are... They're like, usually when they see another female character with big breasts, they were like, oh damn, I'm jealous. Or they would be blushing, or they would be... You know what I mean? Hips. Big hips, Kuma. Exactly. Let's continue. Oh no, making such wish puts me at the same level as Ash. I guess she's kind of a perv, Kuma. Ha ha ha. What about my level? What about my level? And then, boom, they're here. See, all right. Let me put myself on the other side here so you can check the other page. Wow! She got, look at the hips. She has childbearing hips, guys. This is childbearing hips, This is like she's calling for a good mating press. This is hips for mating press, right? A big and good mating press. Mixed bathing, from left to right. Yeah, eek, help. I don't like such ending. Oh damn, I'm pretty bad at making horny. No, I mean, I'm not horny yet, but hentai. Horny. I am not horny. I am just showing you something for educational purposes, Like I'm teaching you a bit about otaku lingo and stuff. It's only educational. I am not horny. And I am not a hentai. You may be a hentai, chat. You may be a hentai, but I am not. I am pure. As I like to say, I am the symbol of purity, Kuma. I don't like such ending. Pika. Damn, I can't make the Pika noise. Pika. Pika. Pikachu. I can't make them. I can't. I wish I could. The Seiyu of Pikachu, she's gutted, I like both seiyus. I like the seiyu of Satoshi, Ash, so Japanese one, Rika Matsumoto, and I love the seiyu of Pikachu, which is called, because again, why am I forgetting that? Pikachu seiyu, because she also dubs Sango. Ikue Otani, yes. Ikue Otani. She's a great one, you know. Misty is too particular about trivial matters like this. Oh, damn. Satoshi is a perv. Elder Sis. What? So Mikey is... Oh, no, maybe she's... Okay, maybe she's not... They're not siblings, but he's just saying One-san, you know. Because sometimes you can call an older female character One-san, even if you're not related to them. Sango with the boomerang. With the boomerang? What do you mean? By Sango, I mean Sango my beloved, by the way. Sango my beloved. I have picture. Let me show you. Let me show you, Kuma. I love Sango. Or I think she's named Coral. I think she's named Coral in the English dub, but I like to call her Sango. Let me show you, Kuma. Let me show you. My Sango folder. I'm thinking of an Inuyasha character. Oh, naruhodo. I love Inuyasha, by the way. I love Inuyasha. It's been a while. I haven't watched it, but I used to watch Inuyasha in Spain, because they used to air it in Spain, you know. Inuyasha. They used to air a lot of anime. So Sango. Let me show you Sango. Let me show you Sango. Where's my Pokemon folder? Sango, my beloved. Sango, she's just like me, for real. Like, she's a brat. She's a Mesugaki. Where's Sango? Pokemon 2023, sorry, Sango. What would be a good one to show? What would be a good one to show? This is a good one. This is a good one. She's so smug. This is Sango from the new Pokemon anime. Look at this. Look at her hair. I love. If you ever ask me what is my favorite color, hair color for anime characters, I would tell you pink. I would tell you pink for sure. I have two characters that I really love that have pink hair. Sango, as you can see here, and Nonon from Kill la Kill. Nonon Jakuzule, you know. Let me show you something else. Look at how smug she is. She's top tier. She is the best character from the new Pokemon anime, because I don't know if any of you are watching the new Pokemon anime. She's the best, my favorite, and I would even tell you she is the one of the best characters from the entire history of the Pokemon anime, you know. Let me show you something else. Do I have a good one? Oh, this one's cool too. Big ones, you know. Big ones. I like her fang, you know. I like her fang. Those are from the anime, by the way. This is our full design. As you can see it here. This is our full design, Kuma. I guess that wouldn't be the best way to show it without a flat background, but as you can see it here, let me see if I can show you here. Because I have the peak here too. I just have to, like this, like, where is it? Alright, should be better this way. So this is her main design, you know, in the anime. I kind of like it. She also has, like, because there are several arcs in the Pokemon anime, so she switches clothes at some point, you know. Then you have what I can show you. Do I still have, like, official pics? Oh, I have a ton of reaction pics, you know. She is so smug, Kuma. I love smug girls. I love it. It is my favorite type. It is my favorite type, Kuma. Without a doubt. without a doubt. And then I could show you some art, because I have some art of her. What would be a good one? What would be a... Oh my god, this one may be a bit too lewd. This one may be a bit too lewd, right? Let me double check. I can show you this first. Big one. That is so big. That is so big, Kuma. Here. Look at her. She's fun, yes. She is, like, as I said, my favorite character from the new Pokemon anime, and one of my favorite characters from the entire history of the Pokemon anime, and I would even tell you one of my favorite character ever, you know. Sango has really become one of my, as I would like to describe her, Eureka core character, you know. Can I show it? Can I show it real quick? Maybe a tiny sneak peek. Okay, let me show you this one first. This one is quite cool too, being all Mesogaki and stuff. And then I could show you, okay, real quick, Kuma. Real quick. Right now. That's over. Over, Kuma. Over. That was real quick, Kuma. That was real quick. But that is Sango. That is Sango, Kuma. I like Sango. She's really smug. Oh, and here is actually from back when they announced the anime, you know. Here. So you can see some of her faces right here. That's what I love with anime production, when you can see some character sheets like that, you know. Pretty much. Sango, her name. And her... Oh yes, I could show you this mug here. But this one I have it in my... I think it's in my screenshot folder, right? But I don't remember which episode it is. I have a lot of Pokemon episodes to catch up, by the way, you know. Was it episode... Which episode it was? Like, I don't remember which... Maybe it was around 14? 15? Nope. 15 is Yono. I don't like Yono. Nanjamo, you know. Oh, I found it. I found it, Kuma. Look at this. Look at this mug. Right here. This is from the anime. This is when she got introduced to the anime, you know. And look at this one too. This is me when if I ever tease you, you know, because I like to tease people on Discord. I like to tease people like when I talk to them on Discord or like anywhere really. This is me. When I'm all smug, I am like this, you know. Like I have a friend of mine, like when he was watching the Pokemon anime and got to the Sango part, it was like, damn, that is you. You have the same energy as Sango, you know. Pretty much. Do I have something else? I think that's it. I think that's it, Kuma. Back to the loot part, I guess. The loot part. Did we finish it though? Yes, Misty. Let me move again. Let me walk again, real quick. I have to walk right here. I don't like such ending. Misty is too particular about trivial matters like this. Elder says, mixed bathing is... So it's a mixed bath. I don't know if mixed baths are still a thing in Japan. I don't know. Because I know it used to be. Like, even in Pokemon... man, if you play Pokemon... Ruby and Sapphire, you know, 3rd generation games... There is a town with an onsen, and in the onsen you have males and females. I think there is a male character and there is an old woman, you know, like there's a granny in the same bath. So it would be a mixed bath, you know. So I guess there's still a thing. Anyway, Kuma, that was this one. I think that was the last one, right? Yes, that was the last one. So that was it for provides a side-by-side comparison of the English and Japanese version. Is that another link? Let me see if we can check it. Web archive. Oh, what is this? What is this, Kuma? Oh, it's a site for the uncensored. Introduction, series information. What can be done about this? Alright, people were complaining about it. What is this? Like, how do I see it? Like, usually web archives page, sometimes they're hard to browse, you know, because sometimes it's... Oh. Oh, it's here. Oh, but I go back here, but... The series section? Oh, it's here. Oh, those are the cover. Maybe we could pick Tom 1. Like, I don't know how it works. All right, it compares the covers too. Can I put it bigger, or are those just... Yes, they're just thumbnails, I guess. Not the big, like here. I wish I could make them bigger, you know. Like, it almost feels it's something I could do it myself eventually, you know. Like, do a stream where I compare both versions of Dengeki Pikachu, you know. Okay. Anyway. I think... Yes, that was it for the fan service of the day, guy. I mean, guys, come on. That was it. Sango. I will leave her here, you know. Behind me, the smug. Look at how smug she's looking at me. I can be smug, too. I can be smug. You know. I can be a bit smug, you know. I love to be smug. Alright. Okay, let me drink. So now. I wanted to talk today. Like, it's really funny. I did 1 hour about Dengeki Pikachu, but like I just like to yap about that, you know. We're going to talk about the Summer Game Fest, you know. The Summer Game Fest. Let me check. I'm just getting some links on my browser right now, so we can start talking a bit about it. I could put a question. By the way, I could put a question of the day. So where is it? Why can't you see it? Oh, because my thing is here. So let me put it a bit smaller like that. The question of the day would be let me think real quick while I'm getting my links too. Let me see. By the way, did I? Yes, I did. I think I'm gonna ask this. So, what game? How could I word that? What game are you most hyped? Because I guess it's all about hype nowadays, especially on the internet. What game are you the most hyped What game? That's also an H word, by the way. That's also an H word, you know. I always say horny and hentai, but hype is also an H word, you know. It's about getting hyped. It's about getting horny. So what game are you most hyped to see potentially, I guess, announced? That would be the question of the day. Yes, that would be the question of the day. What game are you most hyped to see potentially announced? Because we're in June. We're the 1st June today. In 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I was opening my link, so I'm going to show you this soon. Yes, in 4 days, June 6th. So maybe 5 days actually. There's going to be the Summer Game Fest, and usually during the Summer Game Fest is when you announce all the big announcements, you know, during Geoff's birthday. Honestly, not sure I know anything that's releasing besides Delta, but here I'm not even talking about releasing Prince anime. I am talking about games that haven't been announced yet, you know, because obviously we all know about the next video game releases. I guess I could also open like a tab like that to see like the next game's release. Obviously, the release schedule. Usually, I also go to Wiki for that, you know, because they have a good page with the schedule, you know. So the 2025 games release. I guess I could do it like that. So yes, I'm talking about a game that isn't announced yet. An example would be, for me, obviously, I know like if Boris is here right now, he will again tease me or bully me about it, but Rayman 4, for example. Rayman 4, if they announced Rayman 4 in the Summer Game Fest, that would be unexpected, you know. That would be totally unexpected, because there are some rumors going around about new Rayman games, but it's mostly a remake of Rayman 2 and a remaster of Rayman 3. A Rayman 4 never was rumored or announced. Like, currently we don't have even a leak or insider that told us that Rayman 4 is going to be made. If during the Summer Game Fest we get a Rayman 4 trailer, that would be a surprise. You have never talked about your monocle. It's one of those that allows you to see through people's clothes. Oh damn, Boris is trying to find my secrets, right? You're trying to find my secrets, right? I mean, I can see your power level for sure. I can see your power level. It's over 9,000! Do you remember that? That's a boomer meme. That is a boomer meme. I can see your power level, but that regarding what I can see, I won't say it. I won't say it, Borisu. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to get in jail. I mean, you know, because, like, strictly speaking, if I could see under your clothes, I think it shouldn't be known. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you do it, technically you don't have the consent of the other person, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. That's a secret. I have a lot of secrets. Maybe sometimes I will reveal it. Like, what can I see with my monocle? What can I see with my monocle? I don't know. I mean, I know, but you don't know. You don't know. The devs of Max Payne announced a remake years ago. Oh, I would like to see a trailer finally. I didn't know about that. Sam Lake is the Max Payne guy, right? Sam Lake. I actually like Sam Lake. He's one of those that allows you to see through people's clothes. Borisu wants me. I think Borisu is really setting me up, you know. He's setting me up. I know it. I wish I could see what that trader Borisu was saying. Trader! Ulagi limono! Borisu! Since Microsoft bought Blizzard, can we have like StarCraft 3, but made by the original staff from StarCraft 1? Isn't one of the StarCraft guy Mike Kern, Grumps? Do you know about Grumps? Mike Kearns. I think it's named Mike Kearns, right? Let me check. Let me check, Kuma. Let me check real quick. Mark, not Mike. Mark Kern, Grumps. And I think he worked on StarCraft, right? Or maybe I'm mixing it, you know. Did he work on StarCraft? Did he work on StarCraft? He worked on the first one, I guess. Or the second one. No, he worked on the first one. But also he worked on World of Warcraft. What is Firefall? Isn't Firefall his new game? Anyway, I'm talking about like this guy Grumps is really, oh my god, Grumps is really a controversial person, because Mark Kern, Grumps, is really against culture war bullshit, you know. You know the culture war bullshit where people are trying to make games sanitized because, like, for example, showing hot women in games isn't really seen as a good thing for a certain part of people. So I guess I kinda agree with him, but for sure that's the kind of tics that if I have it, like, people will, I mean, they will get filtered, but I don't care. I don't care, Kuma. That's right. Oh, a proper Rayman 4 would be cool. The hentai power level. The hentai power level. Oh yes, with my monocle. Oh, I wonder if you have some delay, Borisu. Maybe there is a bit of delay on YouTube. I always wonder that. I mean, it's unavoidable anyway. Well, let me just, I think I got it, right? Yes, Kuma. Maybe I could put the chat again, too. My big head. I have a big head, Kuma. I mean, because I have a big brain. That's why I have a big head, you know. My head is not empty. Anyway. I think here you should be able to see it. The Summer Game Fest. That is what I was talking about. Like, I could also try to see if I could find, like, I think Geoff released some kind of trailer, I think. But yes, it's a video game event. As you can see here, it's only the 6th year. I thought it was older, actually. Grumps. Yes, I guess some people could call him Grumps, you know, but it's called Grumps. It's his nickname. And Grumps is, what some people would call him a grifter, you know. Like, people would say it's a grifter. Obviously, what he's doing, like, is getting some money from it, you know, like, especially, like, the engagement he gets on Twitter and stuff. But I think I actually agree with a lot, or I could say some of his takes, you know. But I know, like, that's why people would get filtered, you know. You know, me, in my case, I think I said it in the past, but I can get along with anyone. Like, I don't care about your identity, your sexuality, whatever, you know. If you're cool to me. And if you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you know. I don't mind that. But I have my own opinions, of course, Kuma. Of course. I said it in French. Of course. I wanted to say of course. But I said of course. When is the last one, too? 2020. Look at Geoff. Here is like he's having a sunburn. 2025. The 6th Summer Game Fest is scheduled to be held at the YouTube Theater. What is the YouTube Theater? Nani? Is that a place? Oh my god, I didn't know that. So YouTube has a place called the YouTube Theater, and it's an event venue in Cali, obviously California, Inglewood. I didn't know they had a real place for that, you know. That is interesting. 6,000 seat music and theater venue in Inglewood, California. I didn't know about that. I was like 4 minutes behind. That is why, Boris. I was wondering, are you synced now? Are you synced? I guess that's a problem with YouTube too. It also happened to me in the past where I was putting a YouTube stream. You have the ads at first, and then for some reason the stream isn't live. You know, it's a big backwards because YouTube doesn't always load it right away. My water. Let me drink a little bit. 4 minutes behind. You were in the past. I was in the future. So there is a thing called the YouTube Theater. I didn't know about that. I didn't. And that's where the Summer Game Fest is being held, with a physical Play Days event taking place from June 7 to 9. So now there is I think it wasn't the case at the beginning, I believe at least, you know. I don't know when they started to implement the physical event. Probably after the pandemic would make sense. But yes, there is a physical event though. Come in. Again, I drank. Like every time I drink, sometimes I want to burp, but I never burp on stream, you know. I mean, I do, but you never hear me, like, for example, like Aris, you know. When he burps, he makes, like, the most noisy burps known to mankind. In my case, I'm not a loud burper. So even if I wasn't being a bit self-conscious about it, you wouldn't hear, like, something too big, I guess. Anyway, let me look at the partners. Atari? Atari still exists. Oh yes, I guess someone bought them again. So they're not out of business. Bamco, Capcom, CD Projekt. There's everyone. Everyone is here. Epic Games. Ew, I don't like Epic Games. NeoWiz Nexon. Niantic? Ew, not Niantic. Nintendo, PlayStation, obviously. So Sony, Sega, Razer, Square Enix, Steam, Xbox. I mean, everyone is here, like in Smash Ultimate. Make Rayman Downfall, a prequel to Rayman 2, where you start with all your powers and slowly start losing them while trying to save the friends and stuff. Get the guy from Made in Abyss to do the background location. Oh my god, that's a great idea. You know, Boris, I have a ton of ideas like that, you know. One of the ideas I had, like, I talked about it to a friend of mine in the past, is like, what if you made a Mario game that has a more gritty aesthetic? So what they did with Epic Mickey, like there is a game named Epic Mickey, which was made by Warren Spector. I know Warren Spector is really one of the best game designer, by the way, because he did Deus Ex, one of the most influential game ever. He did System Shock and a ton of like old school games like that. And when he did Epic Mickey, it was a take on Disney in a more, I won't say horror, because Disney kinda nerfed it, but it was more dark in a way. I wish they did that with Mario, for example. And another of my ideas regarding Mario is like, what if they made a Mario game where they combined everything? Every Mario in history. So, to explain to you, let's say for example you have the Mario game, like Mario Ultimate, for example you could call it, or Ultimate Mario. I mean, I don't have the title in mind. Word 1, you start with Mario 1, the Mario 1 aesthetic, Word 1. Word 2 would be the Mario 2 presentation. Word 3 would be the Mario 3 presentation, and so on. Then you would jump into Mario 64, then you would jump into Mario Sunshine, then you would jump into Mario Galaxy, and you would make a world based on every main entry of Mario, you know. And even if you don't want to do it world by world, you could like mix levels. Like for example, world 1, you have 8 levels, and each level is made in a style of a specific Mario game. I think that would be insane and so fun and so good. Like for example, world 1, you start in Super Mario Bros. 3, a level in this style. Then you jump to Mario Sunshine. Then you jump to Mario 2. Then you jump to Mario 64. That would be so fucking cool. Thunder sounds. Toad. Mario. I am so sorry. Luigi is dead. Then it's Mario going on a rampage of revenge while trying to avenge the murder of Luigi. I mean, Luigi is a pretty cool character and a pretty cool guy too. Free Luigi! Free Luigi! Luigi did nothing wrong! He was helping the poor! Free Luigi! I mean, I'm talking about the other Luigi, you know? I don't know if they put... Okay, trailers here. I guess I could show you... Let me just hide Firefox real quick, because if I jump onto my Twitter, you know what I should do, guys? I should make a second Twitter account. But a Twitter account that I would just keep it safe, I guess? Sane. So not a Twitter account for people to follow me, but a Twitter account that I could show on Firefox. Because in my main Twitter account right now, I mean, you may be aware by now, I follow a lot of lewd accounts, you know, lewd artists and stuff, and I even retweet lewd art. So because of that, it's always like a gamble, I mean a risk, when I show it on stream. Just wait. Just wait, Kuma. I wanted to go into the Geoff Twitter, because I think Geoff... By the way, his name is written Geoff, but it's called Geoff. I will never understand why. Like, it's written Geoff, but it's called Geoff. What's up with that, you know? What's up? I guess Eureka is kind of the same, because my name is written Eureka, I guess. If you read it literally, you would read Eureka, but it's pronounced Eureka, you know. So I guess I share this thing with Geoff, I guess. Is there a YouTube trailer though? If there is a YouTube trailer, I'd rather show the YouTube trailer, because Twitter videos are a bit not optimized. This is the live stream, so that's not what I wanted to check, I guess. Oh, they already did the opening act. What? I was thinking the Zun AI thing. I think the place AI as in is general trash and stupid memes. But then what about a joke game? Stuff gets tricky. Where do you draw the line? Again, regarding the Zun situation, to make it clear, because I know I talked about it before, maybe sometimes, you know, I'm a bit struggling to be more concise, but again, to me, I will always say this, artificial intelligence, the AI, the technology behind it, no matter what it is, you know, whether it is machine learning, generative AI, you name it, all the technology behind it, to me, it's not a bad thing. To me, it's the natural evolution of technology, and it's normal that people start using it for specific use cases. My problem with the Zun situation is that in his case, he's clearly using generative AI as a shortcut, you know. He's doing it because he doesn't want to draw the backgrounds, he doesn't want to hire or commission a background artist, and I think it is lazy, you know. It is lazy. I think it is lame. And why it is even more lame is because Toho originally there still are dojin games. Dojin games have the dojin spirits. When you play a dojin game, you play it because you want to play a game from someone who made it, no matter their skills, you know. Like, the true spirit of dojin game, again, I'm really, like, you can see my passion when I say that, but the true spirit of dojin game is, we don't care if you can draw or not. We don't care if you're good at this or that. We don't care about your skills. If you want to do it, do it. For example, right now, I don't have really skills to make a full-fledged video game. But if I started doing something, I would make a dojin game. And I may be, like, I'm not good at drawing, I'm not good at making a game, but I would do it. And then I would release it, and then my game will connect with people, no matter if my drawings are good or bad, you know. That's why I think the Toho situation fucking sucks. I think it fucking sucks. Because to me, Zun, like, I'm gonna be like, here, I don't care. To me, Zun is a sellout, you know. Like, to me, he is. We were talking about traitor, you know, like Prince Anime. You said that Borisu is a traitor because we were talking about loot stuff, and I mean, you mean, to me, Zun is a traitor. I say it, Zun is a traitor. Ryo Kishi, I would argue that Ryo Kishi, like, he put Siconia on the back burner, and now he jumped onto bigger project, like he's going to work on the new Silent Hill game. I think he's a bit of a traitor. Nasu, Kinoko Nasu, when Fate became big and he started to work on Fate Grand Order and made the gacha and stuff, I think he kinda lost its spirit too. To me, all of those guys, for different reasons, when they got big, they kinda forgot where they were coming from, you know. They forgot. And I think it's a bit sad, you know. And it's ironic, but the only one of the OGs, you know, the big one, the only one that to me still has that spirit would be Jun Maeda. Jun Maeda is known for the key visual novels, so Canon, Air, Clannad. To me, of all of those guys I named, Jun Maeda is maybe one of the only one of the big ones that still has this dodging spirit, you know. You could call it Mario Generations. I'm on Chilean Wi-Fi right now. Chilean Wi-Fi. Oh my god, did you say that because Borisu is Chilean? Did you say that because Borisu is Chilean? Goat Simulator, Getting Over It, etc. are bullshit joke games, but they are legit games too. Will you make an RPG Maker game, Eureka? That could be a project, Borisu. I could do it for sure. I think that's something I have in mind. I want to do either a game or write some kind of book, you know, or light novel. But before that, before I do that, I want to do something with my VTubing career, you know, with my VTubing activities. I want to do something like as I'm doing right now with VTubing, you know, with VTuber. When I believe that I get to a point where I started to get to do some kind of breakthrough, you know, I could start to think about making a game. I said that because I replied 10 minutes late. Nani? What do you mean? Do you mean about the Mario comment? Will you make a... No. Okay, here I'm jumping left and right from the messages. It was using stock images before. Yes, but to me it's not the same thing, Borisu. It is not the same thing. Stock images are still... You're using assets that exist, but assets that were made by real people and that you can use. To me, using assets, it's acceptable. Totally. Like, the dodging spirit was that's too, using assets to make games. When you look even in the Western indie scenes, a lot of indie horror games are about using assets you can buy or you can use for free. To me, that's not the problem. Using AI specifically for that is a bit tricky for me. Internet here is good, but the internet companies hand you like 15 years old routers. Oh my god, like in here, right? So the Wi-Fi sucks ass if not wired directly into your brain. My Wi-Fi used to suck, by the way. I mean, obviously now when I'm streaming, I'm using Ethernet, you know. I'm wired, you know. But Wi-Fi used to suck at some point. For sure, Kuma. What I was talking about? All right, I wanted to show you the trailer. If I can show you. Let me see if you put the trailer on YouTube. YouTube, Kuma. If my YouTube loads. The router had an effective range of 3 meters. So it has a lower range than my monocle, you know. My monocle, I can see stuff as far as 5 kilometers, you know. If now I go up, I open my window and I look outside, I can see naked people 5 kilometers from here. Oh my god, what did I say? Naked people? I mean, no, not naked people. No. I can't see your butt. I can't see you naked, you know. No. I mean, I can, but you shouldn't know that. So just let me check my phone, because I think I've received a message, right? Oh no, just random notifications. Random notification, Kuma. I mean, 5 kilometers. It is the range of my monocle. Monocle, Kuma. Okay, so I'm on the Game Awards channel. It's funny that it's called the Game Awards, the main channel, you know. Because I guess I started to do the Game Awards first, I guess. Okay, I found it, I think. Hype trailer. Let's see that. Music.
One long series of problems to solve.
Music, pause, music. Pause the music. Pause the music, Kuma. Firefox. Right here. Right here. This is the hype trailer. Full screen. I will just put myself like this so you can see it. I mean, not too small, because I'm not small again. And then let's go from the start. Let's see if I can recognize some of those games. Isn't that Death Stranding?
Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
Live this Friday. Death Stranding. Weird. You know, first, like, I will pause a little bit because pretty much they're showing you games that have been announced. Death Stranding, to me, I think it's a pretty mid game. And I'm actually so disappointed that there was a sequel, you know. I would rather see Kojima on another game than on a Death Stranding 2. I don't like Death Stranding, and I think I talked about it in the past. I'm not a fan of a modern Kojima, you know. Lol. Are you lolling about my 5 kilometers, Borisu? Are you still 4 minutes behind, or are you lolling because I'm trash talking Kojima, you know? Let's go.
Something big out there.
Who is that?
Have mercy.
I am power.
The spice.
What is
must
that?
flow.
We'll break the cycle.
What is this game, by the way? Have you ever climbed a mountain with a huge backpack? Aranda Selu, Borisa thinks he may think I'm a lolly or a shota. Do you think I'm a lolly or a shota in real life? That I am still a grade schooler? I think Borisu, like, is fantasizing me as still being a grade schooler, you know. that I'm using some kind of voice changer to make my voice a bit more mature, I guess. But a huge backpack. I think of Randoselu, you know. Like I used to have them when I was in elementary school. For some reason, I always took everything with me. Like I was already model student, and when I was going to school and then leaving, there was always everything into my backpack, and that was really heavy. I had a big ass backpack, you know.
You can't steal anyone else's future.
Finally, we'll have some proper entertainment.
Oh, that was a snapshot of the Sonic game. I wish they put the game that were mentioned here. Is that a DMCA song, by the way? Don't tell me it's a DMCA song. Eureka naked and only wearing a Randoselu. I upvote this. Oh, I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call. BRB. Let me just mute right now. BRB, guys. Wow, I'm back. I'm back. It's really funny because while I was talking with my father at first, I forgot that I didn't leave my playlist on, so I went quickly here to turn it on again. That's why you could see me move, you know. Like I wasn't just having random spasm, you know. It's just like I was going quickly here. By the way, make Sonic Heroes 2. Yes, it's true that they could make one. Wasn't there talking about Sonic Adventure too? By the way. But so pretty much I received a call of my father and it's nothing really important. It's just like someone actually was asking about the years of fabrication of one of the television, one of the TVs we have on sale, you know. Because again, it's related to my side activities, like we're selling printers, monitors, TVs, you name it. And there was one big smart TV that my father brought back from her work, and it's from 2016, which is crazy when I think about it, because the TV doesn't seem that old, but 2016 is like 10 years ago, you know, close to 10 years, almost. I mean, yes. So sorry for the quick break. I just shouldn't forget when I take a break like that to just at least let some music, you know, because I feel like the silence is always a bit eerie, if that makes sense, you know. Do I have a message here? Nope. Okay, let's continue. So that is Sonic Racing. Alright, I didn't know if I should. I think I will mute it, you know, because I hate that sometimes they're using DMCA. I've noticed it on YouTube. You can put anything. If it's copyrighted, they will say it to you, you know. You won't get a strike because you only get a strike if the company that owns the thing sends a cease and desist, you know, CND, sends something like that, a strike. But basically, when you do something on YouTube, if you're using a music, a video, anything that is under copyright, you will have a notice on your video that says copyright. And they will... Do I have a message again? Or just a random notification? So pretty much, you won't get a strike, but they're just telling you, okay, if you become YouTube partner, this video won't give you any money, you know, unless you remove the copyrighted contents, you know. That is annoying. So let's see it with, oh, was that a X-Men game? Death Stranding. I don't know what's this game. Was that a MGS? Like a ton of games. Apparently, that's really funny, by the way. Geoff edited the video himself. I saw a tweet where pretty much he said, okay, I'm currently editing the hype trailer. Oh, by the way, he even put here, he put Geoff's hype trailer, you know, he put his, like, he's the one who did it, but he shared it on Twitter. And I remember there was a guy who said, oh, that's bullshit. You couldn't do that. Like you don't have the time. You know, like he said, like you're just lying. And then Geoff shared, I think, I don't know if it was a video or a screen showing that he was editing, you know. I wasn't sure he had any skills. But I mean, here, like, I mean, still pretty cool that he did it, but it's basing editing here, as you can see, because there is the music. Okay, it stopped, I guess. So I can use it because I didn't want to have any DMCA music, but there's just like a track, and then probably a ton of the trailers he received, and then he cuts them, like pick some parts of those trailers, and then you mash them. What he's doing here is pretty like anyone can do it, of course, you know, but still pretty cool that he did it, I guess.
Parts of me really believed
what is this game
my
doing?
parents and their expedition had succeeded. Then the paint just woke, and I
is that Claire Obscure? Like, I still haven't played this game, by the way.
Why you started. This is a family.
And in this family, we follow a code of
Oh, that's Mafia. That's a new Mafia game, I think. Okay, I mute it. The music sucks anyway. I mute it. The music sucks, Kuma. Why, like, don't you pick a better music, Geoff? Why? Was that Diablo? Okay, that's Death Stranding, I think. I don't know what is this. Is that still Death Stranding? I don't know what this game is, but I don't like the art style. Okay, Death Stranding game. Yes, it's pretty much showing you a mix of the games that obviously already got announced, because the big announcements will happen during the Summer Game Fest, obviously. Summer Game Fest. Live Friday, so in 5 days, actually. 5 days, Kuma. Okay, I don't know if there's something else related to it that I can show. But that was a hype trailer. What did they say in the comments? I like to check the comments from time to time, you know, like especially if it's people trash talking. Clair Obscure is probably one of the best games I ever played. I should try it, you know. Like, I plan to play it, but on PS5, because obviously I don't have the PC to stream it or even play it, because I'm quite curious about it. I don't know if people are overhyping this game a bit, or if this game is really good, or because to me the thing that I don't like about a Clair Obscure, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the aesthetics of this game, Clair Obscure, even though I still think it looks fun to play, so I actually want to play it. It's in 5 days. I thought the stream was a live react of the Wild event. Yes, no, it's not. It's not the event right now, Borisy. Like, wake up, Borisy, wake up. It's not. I'm just trying to talk a bit about it and to check already. Like, as you can see, I have the page ready. But the games that are going to release later this year, you know, it's more about just a chit chat about it, because the live event is in 5 days. But the problem is. Summer Game Fest, and by the way, it is the same with the Game Awards, it is not EU friendly at all. It is not European friendly, in the sense that for us, Europeans, the Summer Game Fest starts at 11 p.m. It starts at 11 p.m. And I think it's a ceremony that lasts 3 hours, I guess, even more. So it ends up during the middle of the night. So myself, I can watch it because I'm a hickey neat. But a lot of people I know, they can't, you know, because they have a job or because they... And the problem is, even though I can watch it, I don't stream during the night for obvious reasons, you know, like... This month I could do it, but usually I don't like to stream, to be in streaming mode during the night, you know, because like I'm yapping, making a lot of noise, like I could wake up people, you know. I get all my news from Eureka stream Twitter. Really? Really, Kuma? You're getting all the lewd news from my stream, I guess. The news. That is a website, but actually... Oh, so this was from the TGA, actually. You know. It's quite interesting that his website is just called the Game Awards, and he puts the Summer Game Fest inside it, I guess. Summer Game Fest. Okay, I wanted to find the tweet where he says that he was editing. 1 week until... It's true, the Switch 2 is releasing soon. The Switch 2 is releasing soon. I knew it's June 5. June 5th. I used to get them, I get my news, I used to get them from Sankaku, but it all turned into Japanese police searching for random dudes. Japanese police searching for random dudes? Really? And exploding things in China. Yes, Sankaku used to be great, but nowadays it's a shithole, yes. Actually, what I didn't like about when I started to not like Sankaku, it was actually Sankaku Complex, not the Boru. Because in Sankaku Complex, and that's probably what you're referring to, Borisu, they share a lot of news, you know. They share a lot of news. And what I didn't like about it, it's the people posting the news, they were really sarcastic, I guess. They were really, like, clearly they had an agenda, you know. They had an agenda. And again, you know, I have my own takes on stuff. I have my own political opinions. But usually when I read a news, I want it to be neutral, you know. Like, I don't want to be, like, for example, either left-leaning or right-leaning, like, have a message. And what I didn't like about Sankaku Complex, a lot of those news, I think, were trash. Because it was always the guy trying to be sarcastic or trying to trash talk, you know. Sankaku's news are crazy, yeah. And you know what's funny? Like, I can get it. Like, for example, me, I hate censorship, you know. I hate censorship. So I could see it, like, for example, when they censor a game, you could say, oh, what the fuck, they're censoring a game again in the West. Fuck the libs, fuck this, fuck that, you know, like, pretty much. But I don't like reading that, you know. If I want to read a news, I want it to be neutral, you know. Time to download opinions about the happening from Reddit. Oh, Reddit sucks too. But I think everything sucks nowadays in the internet. Reddit sucks, Sankaku sucks, 4chan sucks too. I think modern 4chan sucks a lot. Forums, game forums sucks. I mean, never go to Resetera, you know. Resetera is pretty much the Reddit version of a modern video game forum. This forum sucks. I hate it, you know. Nowadays, people are all about this culture war bullshit. So it's always about like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you too. You know, it's about telling people that they go fuck themselves. But I don't care about that, you know. I don't. What's this? Ben Stiller says it would be great to have a Severance video game. Really? What is the Reddit of VTubers? Actually, there are subreddits for VTubers, right? There is a subreddit for HoloLive, there is a subreddit for Nijisanji. Even though this one got a bit, you know, with recent events, it got a bit controversial, I guess. There is a subreddit for virtual YouTubers, but I don't like Reddit. I don't like Reddit. Like, I don't have a Reddit right now. I used to have a Reddit, but I deleted it, you know. What is the most Reddit VTubers? Oh my god, do you want me to trash talk? I don't know. I don't know. I would say corpo VTubers. For the most part, Western corpo VTubers, they are really Reddit leaning, Reddit compatible, because they also use Reddit as a way to market themselves, which makes sense because every platform is important, right? If I have to give names though, I don't know. For example, like, even people I liked, Coco Kiryu. I used to love Coco Kiryu, you know. Like, I said the 3 VTubers that influenced me the most are Inugami Korone, Coco Kiryu, and Amano Pikame. Coco Kiryu used to do what was called a Reddit meme review. She was using Reddit as a way to get memes and as a way to interact with the community, and then she was doing the reviews on stream. I thought it was alright, a nice idea actually. I was more of a fan of the Asakoko news, but she was doing the Reddit meme reviews, so Coco was really Reddit compatible, you know. But I still like Coco, you know. Like, I don't like that she was really Reddit leaning, but I still like the the person, you know. So what I mean by that is, it's not because you're using Reddit or you're trying to use Reddit as a way to market yourself that you're a bad person to me, you know. I think Reddit sucks, but still, it is what it is, you know. For example, I think TikTok sucks, but I would have to use TikTok at some point to market my shorts and stuff, you know. I would have to use it. Anyway, Kuma. I wanted to find... Oh, here. Here. That's what I... Here. I think I found the tweet, you know. So, pretty much Geoff said that he was working, like, the hype trailer we just saw... And by the way, that trailer sucked. That hype trailer sucked. But the hype trailer we saw was edited by Geoff. And then there is a guy... You edit it yourself, there is no chance. And Geoff pretty much shared this pic of him editing the stuff, right? Pretty much, if it's loading. Because my browser is so slow. Is that DaVinci Resolve? I think it's DaVinci Resolve, right? Anyway, Kuma. We've seen the trailers. Actually, what I wanted to show first. We're currently in June, right? The game that are going to... Oh, right. Did it release already? I never checked it again. They released a remaster of Croc, but I didn't check it, right? Resolve is comfy. I see. Yes, I should use it. Steam. Should be on Steam, right? It's not on Steam. Nani? What? Did it release? Why is it on Steam? Did it release only on console? What? Nani? Eh? But it's on Windows too. What? Why can't I find it? Just let me see. Why can't I find it in on Steam? If it's on Windows? Don't tell me it's an Epic Games exclusive. Don't tell me that. Why of all the games they would pick a game like Croc as an exclusive? What? It's not on Steam? What the fuck? Nani? That's why I mean, I didn't remember the release dates. Because usually Steam is pretty good at reminding me the games that release, because you always get the announcements and stuff. Is that on GOG? Is that the one? I think that's the one. It only released on GOG. It only released on GOG. Reddit compliant, Reddit compatible, Reddit knowledgeable, different things. I think you're still, are you still a bit delayed, Borisu? Like, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works these days, you know. But yes, I mean, I would say I am not really Reddit compatible, you know. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There is a thing about the VTuber community that I think it's really interesting, you know. To me, there are two sides of the VTuber community. Two big sides. You have the wholesome side, like the wholesome fans and stuff, and you have the drama. I was going to say the drama, but I shouldn't use this word because it's not a good word to use on Twitch, I guess. Like, I shouldn't use gamer words on Twitch. But you have the, as I said, the wholesome ones and the drama ones, you know. The people into dramas. There is no in-between, you know. Like, it's either complete positivity, you know, like no matter what happens, like you have a big part of the VTuber community, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but they're always so positive about everything, especially regarding corpus. Obviously it changed with Nijisanji, because with Nijisanji, like, they showed their true colors, how they were making bad stuff with their performers and stuff. But even Hololive, Hololive first and foremost is a corpo, you know. And I tend to say that corporations are, for the most part, they're not your friends, you know. Corporations are not your friends. You can pick any corporation pretty much, whether it is like on VTubing, video games, big anime publishers, like to take hobbies that I like. They're not your friends. They are not. And what I've noticed with Hololive is that every time there was something going around their performers that ended up being them leaving, because obviously there were a lot of recent graduations in Hololive side. A lot of people, they are full on copium, you know, like there's some kind of positivity in the against amongst the Hololive fan that I sometimes always see as close to toxic positivity, because they're like, oh, Hololive can never do wrong, you know. Cover Dan can never do wrong. Yagu is based. He's such a base guy. He's our friend. He can never do wrong. The performers left because maybe they were a bit tired, or maybe they were a burnout, or maybe they were just like creative differences that made them leave. But when you start digging into how corporations and VTuber agencies work, it's not just, what was the saying? Yes, it's not just sugar and rainbows. That's the saying I was looking for. It's not just sugar and rainbows, you know. Like, pretty much you're working for someone, and they want to use you because they want to make money, you know. You're an employee for them. So at some point, if something doesn't go well, either you're getting fired or you're getting encouraged to leave. So it's not something that is just, as I said, sugar and rainbows. But for a long time in the VTuber community, especially for Hololive, people were like, oh, it's just like something happened, like just a burnout. It's not about the company. The company is actually always next to the performers. But look at what happened with Coco, for example. Like, I talk about Coco when there was the Taiwan incident, the Taiwan gate with Coco. The way Hololive dealt with that, the way Cover dealt with that, was horrendous. It was horrendous. To this day, I think it is the worst example on how to deal with a drama, you know. Insert name left because she doesn't want to be a VTuber anymore. What a shame. Yes, I hate that. I hate that. I mean, I understand, you know, because they won't announce it on Hololive, but also that's also what I hate about the concept of VTuber graduations. I think that 90%, I would even say 95% of big VTuber graduations, damn, people could get pissed at me when I say that. I don't care. To me, it's a way, like, you're playing a bit the violin, you know, like making people a bit in the fields crying. You're making a big event with, obviously you're having a big streams with a ton of chatters showing your support. They're giving you super chats, maybe their last subs and stuff, you know. It's a big event, and then it's, as you said, Varisu, it ends 1 week later or 1 month later. Reincarnation, they're here, you know. They didn't even take a break. If anything, the week or month they took as a break, maybe it was something in their contract, you know. I don't know if VTuber contracts in Hololive and Nijisanji, I don't know how they work, because obviously I never worked for a corporation like that, but it could be, for example, like wrestling. You know, in wrestling, usually when a wrestler is getting released, they have a clause where they can't work for any other company, and they can't do anything else after a month, you know. They're still getting paid for a month. I think it was a month in... I don't know if it's a month or 3 months for WWE contracts. But pretty much they're stuck. They can't do anything. They're getting paid, but they can't do anything, you know. I remember the Lulu from Niji Sanji. I do too. She's cool. She seems to really have left to do the pregnant and mother thing. No, didn't Lulu reincarnated too? Lulu reincarnated too, you know. I don't know if she's still streaming, because I don't really follow her now, but she reincarnated. She even had a model that made by the same artist as a Lulu. I remember, you know. Anyway, I just realized the Croc remaster released on GOG. Yes, she did. A lot of them, and that's what's annoying with graduations, you know. Like, I think... Yes, people are going to get pissed at me, but to me it's about almost like you're playing a bit with the feelings of people. Even though I shouldn't say that, because it's true that when you go from one model to another, it's like starting a new life, I guess. But to me, the emphasis that people put on graduations is a bit, I don't know, I don't really like that. Especially for people who knows that they want to get reincarnated, you know. Especially the first graduation. Let's say Coco. When Coco graduated, there were a lot of people that thought it was it. Like, there were a lot of people that cried. They genuinely cried because they believed that Coco was going to be disappeared forever, you know. You weren't going to hear about her anymore. But then, immediately she was throwing as Kason, you know. You're a croc. I'm a croc, yes. I mean, no, I'm not a croc. I'm not. Why did I say that? I'm not a croc. I hate Croc. I mean, it's a cool game, but have you played Croc? Volios? Like the OG one. This is a remaster. Like, it's quite curious they didn't release it on Steam, by the way. It's only on GOG. But in the OG version of Croc, it's tank controls. It is a platformer with tank controls, and oh my god, how clunky it is, you know. I think this game is more annoying to play than, let's say, the classic Resident Evil games or other platformers, you know. Mario 64 shits on this game because it has better controls, you know. But the aesthetic and stuff, pretty good. But I heard that in the remaster, so you can get it on GOG, they put a modern layout, you know. I actually wanted to try it at some point, but the game is a bit expensive right now, so it probably won't be soon, but yes. I forgot about this. I didn't know they didn't release it in Steam. Never, I didn't have the PS1. Oh, I see, naruhodo. What was your first video game console, by the way, Volios? So I guess I could put the question here too. Here, question of the day again. What game are you most hyped to see potentially announced? Like, if I hide the... I guess I could make it a little bit smaller like that, so you can see it. Yaruhodo ne. What are you hyped for as an announcement, you know? Because there are always big announcements. Oh, there is this game, Blueprints. I heard about this game. It's an adventure game, right? I know some people liked it. Area 9, alright, yes. Even though, well, we know that Area 9 exists already. So, it would be a surprise to see the trailer, but it's still expected. Like, I kind of wonder if we will get a unexpected thing, you know. Like, for example, if they announce Rayman 4, yes, a surprise. If they announce Rayman 4, that would be unexpected, because they talked about new Rayman games, but it was mostly Rayman 2 Remake or Rayman 3 Remaster. But Rayman 4, there is currently zero news. Zero insider news. It's cold as fuck, you know. So if they announce Rayman 4, that would be a surprise. Another recent example was the ActRaiser remake. Do you remember of that? When they announced ActRaiser remake, and that was completely out of the blue. Even though it was a smaller game, that's an example of a surprise, yes. Let me drink a little bit. Let me drink. I would say the new Castlevania, they are potentially cooking. They're cooking. Konami is cooking now. Will Konami be able to make a big comeback? I mean, I wouldn't mind it, you know. There was a period where Konami was like soulless as fuck, you know. They were soulless as fuck when they dropped video games and started doing pachinko and stuff. But now it seems they're starting to try to put higher budgets in their games and making big projects. Even the Silent Hill 2 remake, again, I talked about it before in the past. I am not a fan of the Silent Hill 2 remake. I think it sucked, but the game was still well produced, all things considered, you know. Like, Silent Hill 2 remake isn't a shitty game, you know. Like, in terms of the feels or the gameplay, it's a well-made game. It's just like I didn't like it, you know. And yes, MGS3 seems solid, and the new Silent Hill game could be interesting indeed, since Ryokishi is doing the script, the scenario. In-house, they seem to have their shit together. I mean, Konami always had a lot of talented people here, you know. So it was always weird when they decided to stop making games at a point, you know. I still remember, Volius, there was a year, maybe you remember that, you know, maybe you remember that. There was a year during, I think it was during the, was it still the E3? I think it was still the E3, so it was a long time ago. But Konami had an appearance during the stream. And that was so fucking sad. It was a guy, like an executive from Konami. He was alone, you know, an old guy alone. And he was talking to the interviewer. And I think the only thing he announced was the TurboGrafx Mini, or PC Engine Mini. And he was showing it, and I don't know how to explain it, because you would need to be here to see the video to know that. But the feeling was really, it was empty. Like, it was really the point in time where I was like, oh my god, Konami completely, they gave up. They gave up on games, you know. Like, the only announcement they did, I think it was back in 2018 then, if it was still the E3, 2018 or 2019, but they only showed the TurboGrafx, you know, Mini, and that's it. And it was such a sad feeling, you know. Yes, this seems old. I think it was before Geoff took out the Summer Game Fest, you know. But I have this vivid memory, because when I was watching it, I thought to myself, it's over. Like, Konami gave up. They gave up. They only sent one random Japanese guy to America to promote a small classic console that nobody cared about, and that's it, you know. That was sad. What is this game again? Ninja Hayate HD Remaster? What is that? What is Ninja Hayate again? That was sad indeed. What is this game again? Seems like a boomer arcade title game, you know. Oh, yes, I remember those games. Like, it's some of the games from Taito where you have live animation. Live animation. Like, animation in the background, you know. Those type of games. There are some games like that, you know. It came out on my birthday. Really? 10 April? So your birthday is in April. Naruhodo ne. I didn't know that, Julius. I think you never told me, right? I believe. I'm not sure. I see. What did they release in April? SD Gundam G. Rusty Rabbits. That seems like a funky game. Maybe in yes, I don't remember. Because funnily enough, usually I'm pretty good at remembering birthdays. Especially if it's people I interact with, you know, a lot. And Clair Obscur, I want to play it, but I want to get it for PS5 because my computer can't run it right now. But when I looked on Amazon, I wasn't finding the game, you know. I wasn't finding the game on Amazon. Like, one of the entries, like, they couldn't deliver it to my home for some reason. And the other, it was really expensive. Like, it was $75 or something like that, you know. Because I like to play it. Unfindable, yes. Oh, it's not even IRL. Oh my god. Like, I haven't looked IRL, but I want to play it. So if you ever find it, Volios, since obviously you're a waffle too, hit me up. Because I'd like to get the game too, you know. Like, if you ever find it on some video game shop outside, because I want to play it, you know. I looked on Amazon, but Amazon, like, I couldn't find it, you know. So this is May. We're in May. I'm trying to check, like, the... What is that again? Begley. Spirit of the North. Oh, it's true there was a new Tokimemo, but is that a remake? And I think it's Japan only, right? This one. Oh, it's a new port of the game. But is it translated? Oh, it's not. Oh, I hate that. There is a fan translation, though, of Tokimemo that I played. But I don't know why Konami, they don't do it, you know. Maybe they think it won't sell. For some reason. I don't know, they think it won't sell, but I would argue that even if the Bishoujo game community in the West is niche, they're still full of enthusiasts. Like, I'm sure if Tokimemo ever officially released in the West, it would do decently well, in my opinion, you know. Like, maybe I'm mistaken, like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. Tokimemo. I like this game. Doom the Dark Ages. What is that again? What is this game? The new Doom? I think I heard about that. I don't know why I thought it was a spin-off. But actually it's really a new Doom game. Was it received well? I should have played Doom last time, you know. I tried System Shock, and I think I still want to try to beat it on stream, but it's really a confusing game. Oh, it seems like people are playing it, you know. Nitro Express. It was well received, yes. Yes, I think the new Doom games, all things considered, people love them, you know. They do. Oh yes, there is the new East too. But I think it released already, right? This one is for the Nintendo Switch version. And yes, they made a Fuga 3. That's crazy. Sonic Wings Reunion. Oh no, that's... Why did they put this game? Like, Sonic Wings, like, let me show you something again. Like, they released a Boomer Shmups, you know, a sequel to one of the most iconic Boomer Shmups, Sonic Wings. They released Sonic Reunion, and the game is $60. Here you have an introductory offer, like you can get it for $53 instead of $59.99, but for a shmup in 2025, especially a Boomer one, I think it's way too expensive, you know. Like, the game doesn't look bad, but still, it's not the pure old school aesthetic, you know. I like the dolphin though. I like it. Yeah, that's way too expensive, I think. Okay, now we're getting to the interesting stuff. June. What is releasing in June? Oh, of course, since it's the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, you get a ton of stuff here, you know. Like Bravely Default, Civilization 7 for NS2, Cyberpunk. Oh, Deltarune is releasing, right? I think Deltarune released in 4 days, right? Fast Fusion, like the new Fast RMX game. Mario Kart. Damn, that's a ton of game. But I won't buy the Switch 2 at release anyway, you know. Like, I didn't pre-order it, so even if I wanted to get it at release, I think I won't be able to find it. But I think if I ever buy the Switch 2, it's going to be later this year, you know. Not now. Not now, Kuma. Alright, the PC version of Stellar Blade. Oh, it's true, there's a Gex trilogy. I have it on my wishlist too. I haven't played Gex on stream, you know. I haven't. Oh damn, this is an old game. This is old, but this looks cool. I wonder if I would like it better than Croc, you know. I thought Croc was a bit overrated, and by overrated I mean by the Croc enthusiasts, you know. I feel like people who like Croc, they like it because it's their childhood game, you know. They don't necessarily like it because it's a groundbreaking game or anything like that, you know. I wonder if I would like Gex more. Is there? What is this? Raido. Oh, Devil Summoner. Oh, and Death Stranding is releasing soon. Same. I don't know if I will get it, you know. I don't want to spend $80 or $70 for Death Stranding, especially the sequel, you know. I'm not really a fan of Death Stranding. I mean, I may be playing it. I think I will play it eventually, but you know. Front Mission 3 remake. And 2 Hertz. Yes, the 2 Hertz remake. I can show you that because I love 2 Hertz. I love 2 Hertz, Kuma. But I don't like that they made it in 3D, you know. I thought the trailer was great, but I could never play a game like that. Oh, you mean, you meant Death Stranding? Yes, my problem with Death Stranding, I talked about it in the past, is that to me, it is indeed a Kojima game, so it has interesting ideas, you know. Even in the gameplay, it has interesting ideas. But to me, nowadays, Kojima is way too on the nose with everything he does, you know. Like, games are like Death Stranding, they are way too meta to me. Too much. And I don't like that you have so many celebrities in the game. It kind of puts me off. Especially when he starts putting his friends, like for example Geoff. Geoff is in Death Stranding 1. $80, it's insane. Yes, it is insane, you know. And in Death Stranding 2, there is Pecora, right? Like, that was one of the recent reveal. She's in Death Stranding 2. Pecora, and I don't know what to think about that, you know. I said to my friends, I am glad it is not Korone. I am glad it is not Korone, because Korone deserves better. Korone has great taste. All due respect to Pecora, because I love Pecora a lot, you know. I love her a lot, so it's not like I have anything against her and stuff. But I am glad it is not Korone who got this role, you know. Because I think Death Stranding, I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan, Kuma. You know. I will play the second game, but I'm not really a fan. She deserves a Yakuza collab. I think it could work, because Korone already got sponsored by Sega. By the way, there is the iconic Korone Sonic costume, you know. Let me see if I can show you right now. Like, they made a costume for her, you know, as you can see here. There's even a plushie. I think it's an official one, right? Like here. My beloved Korone. She got like a Sonic like costume. A Sonic Kigurumi, you know, with the Sega stuff. She could be a cardboard stand or something at the Sega shop in Yakuza or in... Yes, for sure. But I mean, since she's already like got sponsored by Sega, and Yakuza is a Sega series, it could work, you know, for sure. You know, she already has friends at Sega, you know, at Sega HQ. Look at the plushie. Damn, I wish I, like, of all the Sonic plushies, you know, like, I'm not that big into Sonic, you know. I think Sonic is fine, but I'm not like the big Sonic fan, you know. I like Sonic, but I'm not like an, how can I say that? I'm not obsessed by Sonic, if I can say that, you know, because Sonic fans can be really obsessed. But this one is a pretty cute plushie, you know. Pretty cute one. Anyway, here. Pose. The music. Pose, kuma. Pose. Look at this. Have you seen that? Maybe some of you haven't, right? What is she doing here? Otsupeko deshita. What is she doing here? What is she doing here? What's the lore? Why is Peko here? You know, that's the thing. I mean, to me, it's way too on the nose because it doesn't even seem like an Easter egg, you know. It seems like to be something that happens in the story. To me, that's way too on the nose. I would argue, to me, I think it would have been cooler. And again, I love Pekora, you know, like Pekora, like I said, like I have my holy trinity of VTubers, like I always say, are Korone, Koko, which is Kason right now, and Pikame, which is Henya the Genius. Pekora would be in the second tier. I love Pekora a lot, but to me, it would have been cooler, like, if really Kojima wanted to implement VTubers in his game, just make a VTuber, you know. Make a VTuber inside your story. That would make sense, you know. Kind of like how they did it in Pokemon, you know. In Pokemon, they have Nanjamo or Yono. Like, I'm not a fan of Yono, but to me, Yono or Nanjamo in Pokemon makes more sense. Because it's a... Like, it's not even a VTuber. Like, Nanjamo is a real streamer. It's just like that she has a VTubing aesthetic, you know, with her designs. But yes. Out of context, yes. I mean, it's not even about the context. I mean, or do you mean because we don't have the context yet, it could make more sense by playing the game? But to me, the way they revealed it, you know, here... Because here, like... is coming out from like one of those big boxes, you know, it was already the case in the first game. And then she's just here, you know, it's not an Easter egg. Like for example, in Peace Walker, like Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, I'm a big Metal Gear fan, a nerd by the way, like I played all the games. In MGS Peace Walker, you had Easter eggs like that. Like for example, you could listen to Vocaloids, like there was, I think, a Hatsune Miku, a cover of a pretty famous Japanese song on a Peace Walker. And you could unlock it and listen to it on your music player, because you had a music player in Peace Walker. I thought that was a nice touch, because it wasn't something too on the nose. You could unlock it, so it was about finding it, and that was a nice Easter egg. Here, it feels that she's just here, you know? She's just like... It's like, for example, obviously, I'm clearly not as famous as Pekora, but if they put myself here, I think I would be out of place, you know? Like, if you saw me like this, right here, if it was me, right here, I still would think I was out of place, you know. I would still take the money for the sponsoring, I guess. Okay, free money, why not? But I would think I'm out of place, you know, right here. The problem with all of this, the internet kills the surprises. Imagine just playing the game and out of nowhere, surprise Pekora. Yes, that is true too. That is true, but the thing with it, Boris, is like they promoted it everywhere, you know. You look on social media, I think they shared it on the Death Stranding account. Kojima shared it. Obviously, Pekora talked about it, and people talked about it left and right. So it's not even, like, to me, like, obviously for people they could see it as a spoiler, but the way they market it, it's not even a spoiler because they use it as a way to market the game, you know. They want you to know now, before to buy the game, they want you to know that there is Pekora in the game, so you're going to buy it, because you're going to meet Pekora in the game, you know. And I think it's a problem, exactly. But nowadays, it's really hard to avoid that, you know. Like, unless you decide to completely cut social media, it's hard. It's even harder as a streamer, you know. When you become a streamer, and even more a VTuber, like me, as a streamer and a VTuber, that is a combo, I can't avoid it, you know. I just can't avoid the announcement. Just by being a VTuber and a gamer, that is the crossover, you know. You see Pekora, you know, I guess. But to me, it's not a good thing anyway, you know. It's not. Like, even if it was a surprise for me, like, even if it was, like, let's say I played Death Stranding 2, and I see Pekora, I would be like, what the fuck? What is happening? Is my game glitched? And then I will process the surprise I had, and I will think, that's cool and all, but I don't know about that, you know. You know, I would be like, yeah, that's okay, that's a nice surprise, but like, what's the reason? Why is Pekora here? Why are they using a real VTuber in a fictional world, you know? Because can I show him from the front, please? That guy, Norman Reedus, you know, the actor, is not playing as Norman Reedus, you know. He's playing as a specific character. So even though you can recognize the guy, Norman Reedus, you know, the famous actor, you know him, he's playing as someone else. It's another character. Pekora here, let me show you again. So here, it is Pekora. It is not Pekora playing as someone else. It is the real character, Pekora, being put into the game. So you have this weird situation when you have a game with real people playing as fictional character, and then randomly you have Pekora, you know? And that's what I don't like about it, I guess. This is crazier than Conan being in the game. Oh, Conan, do you mean the host? The American, or is he American or British? I think it's American, right? Do you mean the host? You don't mean like Conan Exiles, you know, Conan the Barbarian. You mean Conan, the other Conan, you know. Yes, I don't know. I think that's what I don't like about Death Stranding, you know. It puts me off. That is way too on the nose. Way too on the nose, Kuma. Music. I guess I can close it. Where was the list of games? Here. Oh yeah, 2 Hertz. I was talking about 2 Hertz, Kuma. Here. 2 Hertz remake. They made 3D models, you know. They made 3D models. I guess I could show you the trailer, actually. Would be better to show you the trailer. 2 Hertz is one of my favorite visual novel ever. I love 2 Hertz, you know. I love it a lot. But I love the old aesthetic more than the new one, you know. No, not this. What is this? Why are they showing me? Why are they showing me this? Or maybe because the trailer is only Japanese? What? They can't even... Oh, maybe because... Yes, because they stylize it to hurt without a space, I guess. Right? Because it's better to find... Yes. Okay, but this is not the game. I want the game. Remake. Don't tell me I can find the remake. Okay, this one. From Aqua Plus. Let's look at it quickly. So I can tell you about it. Whip game. This is a remix of the classic theme, by the way, that I love. I wonder, is that the same singer? I don't think it's the same singer, right? I love this character, by the way. I love her. I love Akari, the main character, and I love her, you know. But see, they made 3D model. It almost feels like they made Koitatsu model, you know. So it's weird because it's a 3D game now. I guess the reactions are nice, but to me it doesn't have the same feel, you know. Like here, they're pretty much they're like what you could see here. Like they're reproducing the sequences you could see in the opening of the game. And also the opening of the anime. They made the same, like the same shots, like the characters being placed, like all this part here. Starting from here, actually. After that bit of trailer. So... right now... all of this here, all these parts that you just saw, it's pretty much, it's frame by frame 3D remake of what you could see in the original game in 2D. And even though they did it well, I think they did it decently well, it doesn't have the same vibe to me. To me, Too Hurt is a peak late 90s, early 2000s Bishoujo game. It's really a game from its time, you know. It's really weird to see those type of games getting modernized, I guess, because it almost feels a bit anachronic, because you have a game with a modern presentation, but that use really tropes and cliches from back in the late 90s, you know. And there's some kind of, it's jarring. The words I want to use, it's jarring for me, for Eureka. I will play it though. She looks quite cute though. But really, it's clearly a remake they're making for the Zoomers. I will play it, but I don't know how much I will like it, you know. Like, it's almost to me, because Too Hurt, they never released it, the first version, outside of Japan, you know. I wish they just ported the first game, and they did it like what they did for Canon and Air. Like, both Canon and Air, by the way, I can show it to you right now, because I have both games, you know, I bought both games. I have Canon and Air. For example, Canon, they released it, and you have, it is the same game. It is the same CGs, you know. Like, it just like, since it's adapted for modern screens, they're a bit zoomed, but you have an option in games where you can see it like unzoomed. You could see the CGs in their full glory, you know. And as you can see, it's the same aesthetic, you know, that are famous or infamous for some people. Personally, I like it. And yes, that's what I like. They did the same for Air. They did the same for Air, by the way. I also bought it, you know. You know, Misuzu, my beloved. They also did for Air, you know. I wish they did the same for 2Hurt. But 2Hurt, they're only releasing the remake, you know. And it's going to be translated, so it's not like they couldn't translate the OG game, you know. But you only get the 3D games out of it. If video games didn't suck that much, if we were in a based timeline for video games, what they would do was, for example, with the remake, you get the original. That would be so fucking base if people did that with remakes, you know. That with the remake, you get the original in the pack. I would love this. I would pay for it, you know, even if the game cost like they released it at full price, so like 50, 60 bucks. I would buy it if I had the original in it, you know. I wish they do that. And I love her, like, you know these let me pause, these sailor suits, you know, the school outfit. I love it. It's such an iconic one. To me, it's one of the most iconic, you know, with the ribbon, the red one with the red ribbon, the skirt, it's so, like, to me, it's one of the best, if not the best, you know. I love how it looks. So yes, I will still play it, you know, because I don't think the game looks bad, but I don't know about the 3D, you know. I wish they released the OG though, you know. Nyaruhodo. So what about the list again? Oh yes, Uma Musume is releasing in the West. The game with the horses, you know. Oh, Patapon. I want to play Patapon again. What is Eden Zero again? Oh, they're making a game for Eden Zero. Donkey Kong Bonanza. All right, the Hunter x Hunter fighting game. And Shadow Labyrinth, I showed it last time. Shadow Labyrinth is the Metroidvania they did with Pac-Man. This one could be fun. I mean, you know it already. I'm kind of like the Pac-Man sucker, you know. I like Pac-Man. So I guess I could play it. Killing Floor 3. Didn't it release yet? I thought Killing Floor 3 released. Wuchang Fallen Feathers? Nani? What is Wuchang? Is that a sequel to Wukong? What is this game? Wuchang? What is this game again? I mean, like, is that a sequel to Wukong? Like Wuchang? Hold up. I mean, even the cover. What is this game? Maybe I forgot about it. Pause. Pause. Pause, Kuma. What is this game? It's a Wukong style game. So I wasn't lying. I mean, I wasn't being a bigot. I was right.
Until someone comes to slay you.
Yes, it looks like Wukong, right? It's a similar type of... I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Like this part here. it's straight out of Wukong, right? I mean, come on, like people are accusing me to be a bigot, but like isn't that the same series? If anything, it would make more sense if it was some kind of sequel or I don't know, a game in the same series. You assume that from the name. I mean, well, I guess so. I mean, you know. I'm not a bigot.
Every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
I guess the cutscenes looks nice. But I don't know how to feel about those type of games. I haven't played Wukong yet, by the way. I want to play Wukong too, you know. I want to play Wukong. Maybe if I don't find Clair Obscur immediately, I could try to find Wukong, you know, and start with that. But I don't know how much I will like it, you know. Because even though I think those are the type of games that maybe the story and the characters are cooler than the gameplay. That the gameplay may be a bit repetitive or cliche, you know. I don't know. Like, to me, it's the type of game they seem cool for the story.
To question my will.
I don't think there's... Really? Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Wuchang, the sequel to Wukong. I wonder if Aris will play it, you know. Oh, look at the costume. Cute one. Look at the thigh. The sneak peek. Okay, let me see real quick then. I will just hide Firefox real quick because I will check on Amazon. And I wouldn't want to dox my address, even though like it wouldn't happen, but Gormless skins. I mean, isn't Stellar Blade releasing soon on PC? You will get Gormless mods, you know. Gormless mods. Wukong. PS5. Oh, there is a physical edition. It's just like it's like Clair Obscur. Like the price is outrageous, you know. Like $70 on Amazon, between 80 and $70. Nyaruhodo. Oh, there is one at $60 though. Oh, but I have the same problem. Maybe I shouldn't check on Amazon.fr. I should check on the Belgium version because they say this article can't be delivered to your address, you know. I don't know why. I don't know why, Kuma. Why? Why are you cock blocking me of games? Why, Kuma? Play. There are some games like that that are very rare. I don't know why. Yes. But I don't know if it's because they only deliver them in France and not in Belgium, or if it's because they don't deliver them on Europe, you know. Because usually, at least that's why I use Amazon FR a lot. What you could find on Amazon.fr, you can also find it on the Belgium website pretty much. It's the same thing, you know, the same entries. And usually what can be a bot in France, you can bot it in Belgium. But now it is the second game where, like, there is an entry where you can buy it, but it's not deliverable to my, like, Sekiro. Its physical is so rare. I see. Oh, I love this music. This is my training song in Melty Blood. Oh, they're still releasing a ton of arcade archives, you know. ACA or ACA is the abbreviation of arcade, the arcade archives, you know. Like there's a great series, I talked about it in the past, on the Nintendo Switch. And also PS4, but now they're mostly releasing on the Nintendo Switch, where you can buy a ton of arcade games that are arcade perfect emulated, you know. And I started buying some of those because I'm getting back into arcade games, I guess. Oh, Gradius Origins. What is that? Is that a compilation? I guess it's a compilation of Gradius. Since it's named Origins, right? Or is that a game? Oh, it's a compilation. Yaruhodo. I think Gradius is cool. But look at this. That's why I think the price of Sonic Wings is outrageous, you know, which is really funny because you would expect that, like for example, from Konami to be more greedy. It's still expensive, but here the Gradius collection, I guess you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, if not more. Yeah, 7 games. You can get it for $35. Still a bit expensive, I believe, but you get 7 games, the 7 classic games out of that. The new Sonic Wings, they sell it $60. I think it's too much. I mean, okay, it's a new game, but it's still like a shmup, you know. There's a new game also, Salamander 3 is new. Oh, really? Really? I don't pay attention. If there is a new game inside, that's a better deal. Right? Salamander 3? Is that really a new game? It is. It is a new game. That is surprising, coming from Konami. Like this compilation didn't seem that bad, even though it still has the what I would consider a bit soulless presentation. But that's not only a Konami problem. They do it with most collection these days. You know, like they do the minimum with the menu and stuff. You know. Back then, I don't know if you ever looked at the old school Namco Museum collection from the PlayStation 1 era. You literally, you were moving inside the museum. You were moving inside the museum. All right, you're right about the description, you know. I was checking here, but here it says it's new. The newest edition, you're right. I should raid more. But yes, in the Namco Museum collection on the PS1, you were literally walking inside the museum. And it had such a peculiar atmosphere of feeling. I guess I could show you. Let me see if I find a video of that. I think it was called Namco Museum PlayStation PS1. Like, I don't know if I could show you some clips of it to show you what I mean. Pause. That's what I miss about Modern Collection. Let me see if I can show you, if it's this one. I'm nutting! I just nutted! The nutting sound. Look at this. You're gonna like it. If you never saw it before. You're gonna like it. If you're into liminal games and stuff. Let me show you the interesting part. You're literally inside a museum, but I wish they would show a tour of it, you know. Because here I guess it will show you each game, but you know I used to play in the past, and actually I want to do it again. The haunted PS1 demo disc, you know, like those stoner games made by a lot of indie devs, and then they release a compilation, and you have a hub, you know. That was the same here. You literally had a hub that you moved, you know. But I wish there was a video. Like I found a video on Twitter, but I think I didn't save it. Museum tour. All volumes, I guess here.
Game compilation.
What was this?
Sleep, which is pretty cute. Anyway, main difference here is hallways. Now the hallways are fully themed toward the game too, and yes,
as you can
the special
see,
rooms still do exist.
As you can see,
Next
you're
thing to
literally
note is in 3 and
inside.
4
You're literally inside a place, you know. You're literally inside a place. What if I will go here? Like, I wish there was just a video, like, without commentary and stuff. That's the beginning. Welcome to Namco Museum. Actually, I could play it, you know. I could play it on stream. And here, that's what I wanted to show. You enter the museum, and then you have several rooms that you enter, like, yourself, to play a game. And I thought that was so fucking cool, you know. It's obviously a detail. You don't have to do it. Like obviously nowadays they only do a menu like that because people want to play the game, I guess. But I thought it had a lot of charm that literally they went, like Namco went out of their way to make a real museum, you know. And like you have the games around you. I think they were other rooms too. Like for the extras and stuff. Like here you have Galaga. I think it was pole position. There's the launch, the exit. They made like a complete museum. I thought it was really cool. Actually, I'm gonna play it, you know, someday on stream. It makes me think of the, like, look at this. You enter the room. You're in the game room, it's not over, you know. And the atmosphere, it's so liminal, you know. And I like the tiny Pac-Man. I mean, you can see it behind me. Like, I guess I would have to go like this right here. There is a tiny Pac-Man showing you the way and reacting, you know, to what you're saying. Which I think is really cute. To me, that is an example of soul, you know. I wish they keep making stuff like that, you know. So you bought a compilation, but you had like a nice thing out of it. Like even they make the like panels like that, you know, with the instructions. Look at this. What is this even? Like you get the table and everything. The music is nice. Let me see if they show you a bit more. But that's a video I wanted to look like the tour, you know, like to just not look show you the game, and pretty much like. The Namco Museum, because as you can see, there are several volumes. It's just volume 1, because Namco has a big history, you know. Namco has a big history. Namco back in the early 80s, they were making a ton of arcade games that were really iconic. I discovered recently that in the Famicom port of Galaxian, because you remember, I played some of those games in one of my previous streams, including Galaxian. There's a Famicom port of Galaxian with a hidden music player, and I kid you not, in the music player, there is a rendition of the Nausicaa theme in it. You can hear a rendition of the Nausicaa song. Like, if you've seen Nausicaa, there is a pretty iconic song in the movie. Like, if you ever watch it, you should. It's one of my favorite movies. You have it as an Easter egg in the game. And I was blown away. I was really blown away, Kuma. I love Nausicaa. I love it a lot. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, Kuma. Especially what's crazy about it is that's also what I learned. And also it's a bit like it's random trivia, you know. Like if I participated at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or Billionaire, like I don't know if there's a billionaire variation. That would be the question at the 1 million question, you know. Like, what is the smallest NES Famicom game ever? If you ever get this question in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it is the Famicom version of Galaxian. 16 kilobytes. So now you know, random trivia. Random, maybe useless trivia, but I like this type of stuff. Oh, the new Mafia. It's in August. Iwakura Aria, what is this? Yeah, the game is... But what is insane is like... It's a small game, but you have an entire music player inside it, you know. What is this? I haven't heard about that. Iwakura is the same name as Lane. Lane is called Iwakura Lane too, by the way. Oh. Interesting. The art looks interesting. Nani, what is this game? Is this translated? Oh, it's going to be in English too. Okay. Wishlist. I didn't heard. I mean, I haven't heard about that game. A new Madden, John Madden. The song Aris puts in his break songs, like with John Madden, is like, I think this song is hilarious. Do I have it here? Wait, the music. I don't have a break playlist, but I think it's the game. What if I just put John Madden song? Was it from the SNES game? I think it's this one, yes. I think it's this one. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's this one. And to me, what's funny about, like, when you look it up on YouTube, like, the title screen, like the... This song is insane. I believe John Madden is actually the most famous coach from US football, right? I don't know any shit about US football, by the way, but... And this part, it says E-E-I-O-U, E-E-I-O-U-E-U. This song is unhinged. Yes, he was a coach. That's the only thing I know about John Madden, you know. That is really, really an influential coach for the sports. And that's why he had this series of games called John Madden Football, you know. This song is insane. This song is just unhinged, you know. What a crazy song. So they're still releasing Madden games, you know. Where was it again? I guess I skipped it. Oh, there's the Super Robot Wars too. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Stellar Codes. What is Stellar Code again? Stellar Codes. I'm just checking the games because... By the way, as I said, I won't be able to restream the Summer Game Fest, unfortunately, because it's too late. It's not EU friendly, you know. I will watch it. I will probably watch it with friends, but like I won't restream it, you know. It's too late. Geoff, you're doing your stuff way too late. 11 p.m. is late. I mean, it's not late yet for me, but it means it's going to end at around like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Oh, that's also a V-end. I like this gimmick. I mean, this aesthetic thing they do in a lot of for a lot of characters nowadays. Is like you get the hair color from outside is not the same as the one inside. You know, for example, here she has light blackish. Is it blue, black, light black, and red hair? Geoff Keighley doesn't care about European. I actually remember he did an experiment once, Prince Anime. There was one time, 1 year, I don't know if it was for the Game of the Year or for the Summer Game Fest, but there was one time, one instance where we had a European-friendly event, you know, where it pretty much it started at 6 p.m. I think, or 7 p.m. because he wanted to try it, to see how many views he was getting and stuff. So he did it once. But since he only did it once, I guess it didn't work out for him. Maybe he got less views or anything. Because only Europe. But it happened once, you know. There is some new Borderlands too. What's up with that? Ghost of Yotei. I guess the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, Pokemon Legends, October. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remakes. Yaruhodo, an unscheduled release. Ghost of... Come in. Ghost of $80, yes. Yes. Oh, yes, I have Ghost of Tsushima, you know, because now I got the PS5 with me because my brother came to visit. And like he let me the PS5 because we're swapping turns to get it because we bought it like half and half together, and he gave me Ghost of Tsushima because he had the game. So I think I'm gonna play it. I mean, I'm gonna play it off stream, and I'm gonna play Ghost of Tsushima because I haven't played it yet. What are those games? Oh yeah, Aquapada is a fighting game. They're going to release. Yes, I heard it's a good game. Yes, I heard good things about Ghost of Tsushima. I can't wait to try it out. Oh, Blue Protocol. It's crazy they're still trying to release a Blue Protocol. Do you remember about Blue Protocol, guys? The wasn't it a Bandai Namco MMO? Right? It was Bandai Namco, right? I don't remember. All of those older games, I don't know. Nani? What was this? Oh, it's because I put it... Nani? Like I saw... I'm confused now. What was what I saw? I saw something. Oh, that's why, yes. I was like, why do I see this game? Do you know about this game? It's a Linux game. Super ToS. Like it's a open source free game, a variation of Mario that you play as a penguin. Like I was like, am I tripping? Are they going to release a remake of that? Like what? Oh, Dinosaur, Dinoland. This is for you, Volios. Since you love dinosaur, you know. Like dinosaurs, they're for you, you know. Dying Light's a beast. There are a shit ton of games. That's crazy. A shit ton of games. Dinosaur. When are they going to release Dino Crisis Remake? Even though this game is like, it's campy as fuck, you know. I would tell you that Dino Crisis is even more campy than the classic Resident Evil games, you know. But some people love Dino Crisis. They love it. Oh, the Kirby game. Oh, there's no release date. I thought that Kirby Air Riders had a release date, though. Right? Oh, it doesn't even have a specific page. Little Nightmares 3. Look at all of those games. It's only for 2025. No date, no. Okay, I thought it was going to release this summer for some reason. A ton of random ass game. Power Wash Simulator 2. Nani? They're making a 2? Weird. I never played the first game, you know. I only watched like some streams of it, but... Oh, Madoka game. Ah, it's a gacha game. I hate it. It's a gacha game. It sold very well, so not surprised. I guess it makes sense. Like, when they released the SpongeBob DLC, people were all over it, you know. It's SpongeBob, you know. Even to this day, people love SpongeBob. I think they made a shit ton of bucks with that. With the SpongeBob DLC. What? They're going to make a stinking shitty 2? A stinking shitty? Do you remember about this game? Stinking shitty. The sinking city. Nani? There's a sequel. Oh, Solasta, I know about this game. Sonic Rumble. Ah, mobile game. Mobile game. I hate mobile game. Temtem? Is that an expansion? Like, there are some games I'm discovering, you know. And they're still putting out Utawale Lumono. Are those sequels? I only played the original, by the way. Video game-based film and television releases? What? Oh, okay, those are anime and stuff. Yes, there was Devil May Cry 1. Oh, the Devil May Cry 1, I've seen people complaining a lot about it. About the Netflix series. Cancelled games? Earthblade. I thought it was Earthyon at first. What is Earthblade? The dispute over intellectual property rights of Celeste. Nani? What? What? What is this game? A sequel to Celeste that got cancelled? What? What is this game? Is there a trailer? I mean, it got cancelled, but like, I actually have Celeste on my backlog, you know, I have the game. But what is this game and why did it get cancelled? But why? Because they said the game was initially set to be released in 2023. The studio announced in 2025 that the game had been cancelled, citing the dispute over intellectual property rights of Celeste and struggles with development as some of the reason. What happened with Celeste? Like, it doesn't make sense. Don't they own the game if they made it themselves? Or yes, it's in their game. Like, what? Like, that seems weird. That seems weird. That they say, like, because, like, aren't they an indie studio too? Like, what is extremely, Yes, I'm pretty sure it's an indie studio. And they made the game. So why would they be some, like, did they steal something? Like, the only thing I can imagine is, like, if for some reason Celeste was using assets they didn't own to make the game. Or they were borrowing assets, you know. Like, for example, they were borrowing assets to make the specific game, and now they can't use it anymore. Because besides that, I don't understand why they would have a problem with the IP like that. Weird. Let's say if they... Like, I'm trying to see if they give you more information as to why they cancelled it. Okay. The game had been cancelled, citing the dispute of a... Okay, they say the same thing. The loss of a studio member. Oh. And the struggle to continue development as reasons. I kinda wanna see if there is a... if there was some kind of teaser of remake. Like, I didn't hear about this game. Yes, that's weird. Like, I can understand, like, if, for example, as I said here, like, someone important from the staff died, and then they felt that they couldn't continue the game because maybe sentimental reasons, or maybe because that person was so important to the project that they couldn't think about finishing it. I could understand that, but the IP part is a bit weird, you know? Like, the IP... intellectual property. Oh, it was announced at the Game Awards 2022. I don't remember. Maybe I was sleeping. Or I was ranting. I was shitposting on Discord when it showed the trailer. I was probably trash talking, right? That's probably what happened. Alright, you can see the style is really... Oh. I love pixel art game, by the way, you know. I think I already mentioned it. Weird. I don't remember that at all. But was there any hype? Like, real question here. Was there any hype around this game? Because, okay, maybe because, you know, like, I mean, I'm not diagnosed, but I believe I could have some ADHD, so maybe I wasn't paying attention at the time. But was there any hype around this game? Because, for example, Hollow Knight Silk Song, like, even if you didn't watch any trailer or anything, it's impossible to not hear about it, you know, about Silk Song, you know. You had to be living under a rock to not hear about Silk Song. Even if you didn't play the game. To me, it was a similar situation to Silent Hill, you know, when people were waiting for an announcement. But this game, I didn't hear any hype, I guess. Surely from the Celeste community. Yes, but why am I saying that is because Celeste, I believe Celeste was really big too when it released, you know. People loved it a lot. Kind of like Hollow Knight. I don't know if it was as much as Hollow Knight, but I know Celeste was really, really big, you know. Especially in specific communities, you know. Like, I know that Celeste was also... LGBT friendly, I guess, and the LGBT community on the internet is really active, obviously, you know. So yes, it was pretty big. Not on the same scale as Silk Song for sure. Yes, it feels like the Hollow Knight fans were pushing more than the Celeste fan, I guess. I mean, it looked nice. I like pixel art games, you know. I like pixel art games. The level creator helps keep the game alive. Do you mean Hollow Knight or do you mean Celeste? Like, which game are you talking about? Oh, by the way, regarding games with level creation, I've watched a video 2 days ago. I mean, I won't show it today because I'm going to end the stream soon, you know. I'm going to end the stream soon. But about the death of Little Big Planet, you know. They recently made a video, like, I can even show you the name if you ever want to watch it. Celeste. Oh, naruhodo. But Hollow Knight is probably more popular. But Celeste was big too. Celeste was big, especially when they revealed. Didn't they revealed? Not relieved. Am I dyslexic too? Revealed. Didn't they revealed that the main character of Celeste is transgender at some point? Because I remember there was a big thing around when they said that the Celeste character is a transgender. And with that, people started to talk even more about the game, because obviously, like, some people felt more represented by it, and that kind of gave a buff to the game's popularity, I guess, you know. I think that was this one. Oh my god, this is the video I watched, you know. It released 8 days ago, like the sad, greedy death of Little Big Planet. I used to love Little Big Planet, by the way. Like, I played on the PS3 both the first game and the sequel. I think they're amongst the game I played the most on PS3 and ever, you know. I played the third game too, but the third game wasn't good, you know. It wasn't good. So this one was a great game about level creation, you know. Pretty much. Yes, Little Big Planet is like, I wish, sometimes I wish, I don't know why Sony gave it up like that. Like, imagine if they port or release Little Big Planet, like the second game, which is considered the best, on PC, and they let you create levels and stuff. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the games would work really well, even nowadays. I think people would play the game, you know. But Sony gave up Sackboy for Astrobot, which is a shame. It's a shame, Kuma. Yes, I didn't know about this game at all. Earthblade, you know. Astrobot is such a bitch. I agree. I said it since a long time. I'm an Astrobot hater. I don't like Astrobot. I think the game in itself is fine, you know. Like, it's a solid platformer, you know. Like, I won't pretend or start being a bitch myself and tell you that the game is completely shit, because that would be a bit unfair. But I think the game is bland to me. It's a bit bland, especially compared to other platformer. I was talking about Little Big Planet. To me, Little Big Planet 2 has a lot of charm, you know. Like, Astrobot wishes it had as much charm as Little Big Planet 2 has, you know. I love Little Big Planet, you know. So I may be a bit biased, but still, compared to other platformers, I'm not really that much of a fan to Astrobot, you know. So I guess I'm a hater, but you know, Kuma. What about this? Oh, they canceled. Oh, that's funny. Like, I have a friend. He is like, I think we all have a friend like that, you know, that is only playing Football Manager, you know. That's how I learned. I learned from him that they canceled the 2025 game. I mean, I never played Football Manager, and I don't care about it, but still. Resident Evil Reverse? Nani? Didn't Reverse release? Nani? What do they mean cancelled? Oh, do they mean they closed the servers? Because the game released, right? Or am I tripping? Do you remember about this shit? I don't know why Capcom did that, you know, when they started to bundle random ass multiplayer games with their Resident Evil releases. Why did they do that? Like, what the fuck? Nobody asks for that. Look at the reviews. And it doesn't even look good, you know. I mean, it's in the environment of the games, but they want their piece of the multiplayer cake. Yes, but it's weird that they weren't standalone games, you know. Like, you could only play them by buying the Resident Evil games. And it almost felt like an experiment, I guess. They suck at it, yes. It felt like an experiment, but I played Resistance, you know. I think reverse, I only tried out once. I played Resistance. That game was boring as hell. Oh my god. That game was boring as hell. It was like a shitty version of Dead by Daylight. Is that the name of the game? Dead by Daylight, right? DBD. This game. It was a shitty version of that. I hated it. I'm not, like, to begin with, I'm not necessarily a big fan of that type of games, you know. Multiplayer games, asymmetrical, like Dead by Daylight. But the way they did it with Resident Evil, oh my god, that was boring as hell. Oh, okay. Back in the 360 days, devs were compelled to tack on multiplayer so consumers wouldn't beat the game and immediately trade it into GameStop. Really? I didn't know they did that with Xbox games. I know that was a thing, like there is also this thing with retro games, you know, SNES games and NES games, where they made it harder on purpose because they wanted you to buy the game if you want to beat it, you know, and not rent it. Because there was a point in time where, back in the day where you could rent games, a lot of video game studios didn't like that. Because you didn't get as much money with the renting than you get with buying, you know. So back then, there were a few instances, and it's not an urban legend, you know, because some studios and devs confirmed it in the past, but they made it the game harder on purpose. That way, if you rent it, you try to beat it, you couldn't, and you feel frustrated because you're like, damn, the game is cool, but I want to beat it. But now I don't have the game anymore. So eventually you would buy it, you know. You would buy the game. Pretty much, Kuba. Okay. I think the last thing I wanted to check before stopping the stream today. Are those the rumors? No, this is the list of games that's going to release again, right? I wanted to know, are there any leaks going around right now? Any links or leaks or insider stuff? Because I'm not really into leaks, but I'm a streamer now. I'm a VTuber. Gaming VTuber, I guess. I mean, I don't only do gaming, but I guess I can avoid that, you know. Let me see. What if I just type games leaks? Like, I don't know what would be the site for that, you know. There is a Reddit, but should I check the Reddit? VG Leaks. What is this site? So they made a website for that. Oh yeah, I heard about Persona 4 Remake. Like, the voice actor complained on Twitter that he wasn't reprising his role in the remake, you know. So it kinda spoiled, I guess, the fact that it's going to be remade, you know. RDR2 for Switch 2. Half-Life 3 could be fully playable already. That's really funny. Yes, like, there's a thing going around now, like, that's not the first time it happens, where voice actors, sometimes, they complain on Twitter, on social media, when they don't get their role back. It happened with Bayonetta, you know. I think it was Bayonetta 3 because they switched, I believe, the voice actor for for Bayonetta, and she complained about it on Twitter. And then there was Kamiya, like the creator of the series and game director, that pretty much he shut her up, you know. Like he said the stuff, like the real things that happened, and pretty much he said like, you're pretty much saying bullshit, you know. Like you're lying. That's not what happened, you know. Because the voice actress was kind of like, oh, they removed me, they cancelled me, even though I should have been on the game again. So you don't want to write? Yes, exactly. They're doing it out of spite. Oh, that's not old news. That is old news by now, right? There doesn't seem to be a lot of rumors, right? I could check the Reddit, even though I'm not a fan of Reddit, but ew, let's check it, I guess. Kuma. No big leaks recently. Naruhodo, no big leaks. Doom the Dark Ages has reportedly sold less than 1 million copies. Alright, there's also the big thing about sales, you know. Did we ever know how much AC Shadows sold? That's what I wanted to know. 1.7 million copies. What is the source? It's still less than expected because they said 2 million players, you know. Like they say it's been a big hit, but we never see the numbers. That's what I hate about this video game website. They're getting paid by Ubisoft, right? There's something going on. Where's the number? I wish I could see the numbers. I mean, maybe it worked out well. Like, maybe people don't have any taste, you know. Like, I don't mind. It sold a lot on the release, but it surely drastically slowed down. Yes, I'm sure it did well in the release for the pure and simple reason that the game was controversial. And there was a famous person, by the way. You know how I'm a bit of a nerd about wrestling too. There was a famous person who said controversy creates cash. Pretty much. Controversy creates cash. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be controversial because people will still want to experience the thing. Because it's controversial, you know. And that was Eric Bischoff who said that. Like, you're probably not acquainted with Eric Bischoff because he's pretty much an old head from the 90s, you know, like back when wrestling was hot shit, you know, all over the globe. But he said that controversy creates cash, which is true. You could be seen as a bad game or as a piece of shit or anything. There are still people that will try to look, you know. So I could see Assassin's Creed Shadows having a solid release, you know. Totally, Kuma. According to Alinea Analytics, by the time player milestone announcement was made, the Dark Ages had actually sold less than a million copies. Yaruhodo. Also, my headset is like falling off. Like, I should get a new headphones. You know, I always say that, but oh, that's the guy, Yuri Lowenthal. Persona 4 Remake is real. Yuri will not be reprising his role as Yosuke. Is the Blue Sky still here? The Blue Sky tweets. Like, I don't know how you call tweets on Blue Sky. I'm clicking, Kuma, open it. Okay, wait. Before, double check. Every time I open Twitter or Blue Sky, I double check to be sure I don't get something lewd, you know. Oh, it's not found. Deleted. He deleted it. Oh my god, he spoiled it. He leaked the game. Look at this. Post not found. Deleted. He spoiled it. Nothing to see here. Like, people think because they deleted it, it disappears. But it's not the case. It's even worse when you delete something, you know. I mean, in most cases, obviously. NVIDIA to reduce RTX 50 series production by about upwards of 30% and prioritize AI GPU. Come on. Come on. I mean, AI is useful, but I'm not a big fan of DLSS, you know. It's useful though, it's useful, but DLSS, like, I don't know if you ever tried to play a game with DLSS cranked up to the max. It looks like shit. It looks like shit. To me, it's the same as watching an anime opening at 60 FPS. Fake frames, exactly. I think there was a review that like Hogwarts Legacy is going to release on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I've heard from some people who played the game, I mean, I've seen it on the internet, that apparently the game looks bad. It runs well, but it looks bad, because it's using DLSS, or the Nintendo Switch 2 implementation of DLSS, and the devs didn't really implement it well. So you can play Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch, but it looks like shit. I mean, on the Switch too, you know. Because fake frames and stuff. Assassin's Creed statue makers hint at Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake. Nani? Did they ever remake the original trilogy of Assassin's Creed? They didn't, right? Or am I tripping? Or am I living under a rock? Is there an Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3 remake? No. So why would they start with the 4 then? Why would they start with Black Flag? Weird. This is 100% happening. We know it's being done by Ubisoft Singapore, and it's not the only AC remake in development. What does it mean? So it means they will remake the trilogy, but why aren't they? To me, what I don't like also, like, that's something that I don't like about remakes, you know. Like, first, I think there are too many remakes, but that's another topic. Here, what I don't like is, like, when they remake a series and they start with a random entry, you know. Like, they don't start with the first one. They start with Assassin's Creed 4. It triggers my OCD. It triggers my OCD. The first game sucks too. Oh damn, I don't agree. Disagree the game, I serious fan. I actually liked a lot the first Assassin's Creed, you know. It aged a bit, I won't say badly, like, I could say why people would get filtered by the first Assassin's Creed game, but I thought the first game was interesting, you know. Like, actually, the only Assassin's Creed games I like are 1, 2, and 3. Then I stopped, you know. I stopped. The first one, it felt like a prototype, exactly. My brother was replaying the game recently, and he said the same. Like, he said the game is clunky, it feels like shit at times, but it's really interesting. It's a prototype, you know, especially back then. Like, I could see AC1 not being as replayable as the others, but I liked it. The first one, I liked it. The difference between 1 and 2 proved this exactly. Like, 2 was really big when it released, you know. It was really a big evolution. Yes, there doesn't seem to be... We might get something on the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake soon. Okay. Someone got to Switch too early. Nani? What? But I mean, who cares about that? Like Geoff could play, like he played the Switch 2 like a month ago, right? You could play Switch 2 like in the Nintendo Treehouse. Not gacha, troll. Private joke time, Kuma. But yes, there is a friend of mine, of Volios 2, by the way, that he pre-ordered a Switch 2. And it's pretty interesting because he's going to do the beta testing for us, you know. Thanks, Gacha. You're going to do the beta testing. But it feels like the cosmos is against him, you know. Because I think he had something with his credit card that he got to the threshold, the maximum for some reason. And now he can't use it this month. And because of that, he will have to pay the Switch 2 in cash, you know. Because he can't use his credit card, you know. So it feels like the cosmos is trying to tell him, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad decision. Don't do it. Don't buy the Switch 2. It is a scam. Let's see. Oh, Nani. What? What? That is the box. Imagine it's AI generated. It's not, right? It's not, right? Look at it. This is the first Switch, right? And this is the new one. So you got the 2 new Joy-Cons. You got the... Why did he stop here, though? Where's the next part? We want the good part, you know. I hate that with insiders and leakers so fucking much. To me, they're already bitches, you know. To me, all insiders are bitches. No exceptions, you know. They're all bitches to begin with. Because you have to be a bitch to spoil people in a way with leaking. But what I hate even more with leakers and insiders is like they're drip feeding you, you know. Like, they're already being bitches by showing stuff, but then they stop. Like, why does the video stop here? Why can't I see the console turned on and stuff? He already leaked it. Blue ball, exactly. I hate that. I hate that, Kuma. That's the right word. We're getting blue balls. Really? Wario 64 tweets. Nani? X cancelled. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess it's to not going to X because Reddit doesn't like X, so like they make you go through this whatever. You know, I don't want to talk about that, but Nintendo locked the Switch 2. It needs updates to function, so I am waiting for June 5th to unlock it. Another person shared with me that they have a Nintendo Switch 2 as well. I have no permission to post pics, but can share that when they try to boot a Switch 1 game, a message prompts, please connect to the internet and update your system. Really? Oh my god. Are they really going to do it that way? But I don't know. Maybe just for the first update, right? When you get the console, like the day 1 patch update. But if you need to be connected to the internet to play Switch 1 games, that would suck. Weird. My personal theory is that the internal clock breaks the system until June 5th rolls around. Really? That seems weird. No, I don't care about that. Assassin's Creed Hexe alleged plot. What is Assassin's Creed Hexe? Like, how many Assassin's Creeds they're making? Like I feel like they're making hundreds of Assassin's Creed games now. What? Like they're making remakes, they're making new games, they're making mobile games, they're making like what? What is Codename Hexe? That's a new one. But aren't people tired of it? Real question, guys. Aren't people tired of it at some point? Because me, even for series that I love, you know. For example, I'm always excited when there is a new Kingdom Hearts game because we're waiting, you know. It takes so long for a Kingdom Hearts game to release that it keeps things fresh, you know. You're excited when it releases. If there was a Kingdom Hearts game every year or every 6 months, I think I would be bored. I think I would be bored, you know. Even though I like the series. Or I would be burned out, at least, you know. To every time play a new game by habit every year. I don't know. Like, maybe it's because I'm a bit different, but I am because there's too much and it's... Yes, exactly. There's too much. Like, I'm not even saying that they should stop, even though like they kinda fucked up when they went against the original scenarist, because originally AC was supposed to be a trilogy, like from what we know, but Ubisoft wanted to keep selling games, you know, because they were successful. But I'm not even telling them to stop. Just calm down, take your time, you know, like we have the time. Make it slow. 1 game a year is too much. But yes, you may be right. There doesn't seem to be spicy leaks. Especially if you're telling me that, Volios, because I know that you're way more into leaks than me. So maybe you would be aware of them, but if you tell me that there is nothing spicy, I guess it's a pretty calm year, I guess? Or maybe people got better at dealing with leaks. I mean, the companies. Yes, I don't see anything. Okay. I think I'm starting to get hungry, guys, by the way. Hungry. It's funny how the first hour of the stream I was talking about the electric tail of Pikachu. Like, you didn't see that, Volios. Did you know about this manga? Because I knew. This is the only Pokemon official manga with lewd scenes, you know. Or gormless scenes, as you would call. I showed it here. The onsen scene. But the one I wanted, like, there was a cover. Like, let me show you again. Let me show you again. It is official, by the way, you know. It is not a dodging. It is not a fan-made, it is official Pokemon media. But let me see the cover I wanted to... Oh, this one. Look at how Misty looks. Look at this. Look at this outfit. That is insane, Kuma. And look at how happy Pikachu is. No wonder he's happy. No wonder he's happy. It's funny because even in the anime, Misty likes Pikachu a lot, and Pikachu likes Misty a lot. You know, they're tight to each other. But here, look at that. Yes, that's a weird Moe-esque Pikachu. You know, the way it's drawn. But look at this. And then I could show you the cover. Too small. Where's the big cover? Okay, a bit bigger, but you can see it's more chibi-esque, actually. Okay, this one. That is the cover, you know. The electric tail of Pikachu, or Dengeki Pikachu, you know. And it was released between 96 and 98, I believe. Like in the late 90s. Back in the early Pokemania. And you had a lot of fan service scene, you know. Like Misty was wearing outfit. She was almost naked, you know. Like this manga is pretty famous or infamous, you know, in the community, you know, because that was the oh, Sango, you're still here, looking so smug at me, Sango. Like I was showing this. That was the fan service of the day. That's why I ended up talking about Dengeki Pikachu today. But yes, I guess I will end on this, guys. I had fun today. Next week, like this week, I streamed every single day, which is insane. I think it's only the second time I ever did that in my VTuber career, Kuma. She lewd? Yes, she is. She is. Totally. Totally. Next week, I won't stream every day for sure, because there's something I want to prepare. Actually, I want to prepare a special stream. So I could stream like maybe 3 times. I will see. Like I will try to put some sort of schedule. But I'll be here next week anyway. Nice stream streak. Yes. Like I said, I had the time, you know. But 7 days in a row, like I'm not even tired. That's a funny thing. Of all the days I streamed, I was only tired the first one. Like when I streamed System Shock and I was tired because I slept bad, you know. That is the only time. Now I'm feeling great. That's ironic. But yes, I don't plan to do full week streams like that, you know. That was exceptional, you know. That was exceptional, but I had fun. So I want to thank Volios, Giranoxa, Prince Anime, and anyone else, any lurkers who were here as always. Borisu too, you know. Borisu was here. Thank you guys as always. I'm going to eat right now because I'm a bit hungry. Probably pasta today. Pasta. I will cook myself some pasta, and I'm going to see you next week. Maybe not tomorrow, because I think if I stream it's going to be maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm going to be here. So have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice dinner, and see you next time. Bye-bye. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye, bye-bye. I'm hungry.